Hello! Good morning, everybody. I am extra blue today. Also, did I not? No, I didn't. Nope. No, I didn't. There we go. Now I did. You saw nothing. I feel like I'm getting bluer every time I turn on the stream. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. It feels that way. Good morning, Flamer. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Kaisa. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Rouge. Good morning, Okoofy. Good morning, Karnor. Good morning, Gumink. Welcome to Jinzy is super blue. Good morning, Machine. Good morning, Well. Isn't it though? Doesn't it look blue? Doesn't it look even bluer? And I tried to do it with like, the window open, but like that doesn't even help. I'm destined to become one of the Blue Man group, I guess. You know what? If I'm not musically talented, I deserve it. I deserve it. Good morning, Tay. And good morning, Stanch. But at least... Well, actually, I could probably... How would I fix that? It's gonna be funny if that happens when I cosplay. We'll just have a blue Yennifers. I was gonna do something... Oh yeah, I'm in Kamurocho right now, but we weren't supposed to be. No, we were not supposed to be. I went and did a few side quest things on my own, and by side quest things I mean like I beat up some assassin things, and also we are gonna go and see the conclusion of the hostess minigame because I did all of the hostesses. Let me tell you how long that took me. It took really long. It took really long. It was not fun. So I hope Yakuza 4 has like the Kiwami hostess games again because they are very good and I like them the best. It's like a stream from a space station, yes, coming to you live now from, well, probably not Mars because it's the red planet. What's a blue planet? Uranus? Sorry. Good morning, Mello. Hello there. Let's see, it is near the top-ish. I think I have to do like one walk because I already maxed her out. I have to wait. Hi Doc, good morning. Second last day of work yesterday and next Sunday is my last, and then it's time for Master's Program in Archaeology. Ah, digging with the Masters. It's not called, I'm not a smurf, it's just my webcam breaking. But you know what, it's added hilarity. We'll call this a feature of the stream, is that you're watching, I don't know, what's her name again? The girl smurf? Smurfette. You're watching Smurfette play Yakuza 3 right now. It's cosplay, in a way. Just not the kind that you were expecting. Rain, that is a very on-point quote for Yakuza, yes. Neptune Blue? I'm definitely on Neptune. Ah, thank you for the top quality charcoal, my mate. It's your birthday. Is it your birthday? Oh, sorry, Kitty. I'm gonna have to let you go for a second.
1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Happy birthday and all your dreams come true. We wish it was our birthday so we could
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Kumik. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my day. And you have lots of cake. And if you don't like cake, lots of chocolates. And if you don't like chocolate, lots of sushi. I would like sushi on my birthday, so I'm reflecting that on you. I'm sorry. Spot on a yellow blonde wig. I do have that actually. Well, yeah, it will probably make the yellow look weird. So we have to find a combination that turns yellow when you mix it with blue. Which is not many, actually. He has a sword, sorry, I had to punch him real quick. With my foot. He's like, oh no! Oh, had I done that one before? I don't think I'd done that one before. Good. I did do all the hostesses, and it did take hours! 4 is the same as 3? No! I don't even think I'm gonna get anything good out of it, Matt. I just want to say that I did it. Was it here? Yes, it was here. Birthday cake size sushi roll. Hell yeah. Okay, so I've gotten very, very good at doing this. Which is you walk here and you walk back. This was literally... I'm going to show you what I was doing for several hours in a row. You can redeem it whenever you want if you have the points for it, Kumik. Let me just do this story real quick first. I don't think she needed training anymore. I think did I already max her out? Oh no, yeah. So I was gonna do here. So the combo is lecture, free time, relax. That is the combo. She better listen to me, otherwise I'm gonna have to do it again. Sometimes she doesn't listen to me. Couldn't imagine. If Kiryu was talking to me, I'd be captivated. Personally. Energizer, good morning. Okay, so she can do that. That means you're on S ranks now, right? You have to be. Yes. See, I planned this out. Now go to the club. And yes, the glasses make her hotter. I tried doing it without the glasses too before. Because, like, the walkthrough said, oh, it can be without glasses or with glasses, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. Don't let them fool you. Less is more does not apply in this game. And yeah, this was the whole gameplay. I did this specifically for hours. So I could do this. Now you're gonna free time it, even though she doesn't need to learn anything anymore. No improvement. It happens slowly when you're relaxed. All my other hostesses left me. So I'm assuming she's gonna leave as well. But they better have like some interesting cutscene afterwards, or I'm gonna find all the hostesses and I'm gonna drag them back to this club, and they better start making me money. I don't actually know what to use the money for, but they better start making me money anyway. Super service. Oh no, that's not super service, that's you being a drunk. Oh no, she's a drunk. That means she's not number one. Okay, never mind. I'll do the story first. Wow. Imagine! She's fired! You're fired, girl. Like, go home. I guess we're not lecturing her today. Is it just these, or did you do the other hostesses you can date too? You can date? What do you mean you can date? I didn't date anybody. She didn't even relax. Well, they're all leaving because every time they leave Karnak, they say that they're they want to like see the world and improve as hostesses and so on and so forth. Nope, she has terrible service. Yeah, honestly, she's fired. she's fired. I know, I did see Sanj. I did see. I said I was gonna do this first, but I don't think it's happening. So, oh no, I didn't do that. Absolutely not. I feel like that's not even really a mini game. Like, that one was kind of... Well, that one was also boring, but they're both boring, let's be honest. Yeah, now she's number 6 and she's extremely stressed, which means she's not even going to come in for work. Like, can I just yeet her out? That's the first time ever that it's gone that badly. Like, she's gonna not want to go now. I know this for a fact. Man, that's the worst hostess in the world. Okay. What do you want to read from, Kumik? Do you want to read Nordic tales, Japanese tales, 1001 Nights, or the other one that I forgot? There's another one. Why do I always forget one? And it's always the same one that I forget. It's like Nordic, but not. Or the other one. It's a bit of a vague choice, but hey. Not great, to be honest, and incredibly time-consuming, but the dates are actual sub-stories. No, they can go. They can go. I got things to do. No, it wasn't Irish. I think it was like it, though? Well, I'm just gonna grab them. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll just grab them. It's Celtic Tales. I was gonna say Viking Tales, and you know what? That's not even that far off, I want to say. But Celtic Tales. So Japan, Celtic Tales, Nordic Tales, or 1001 Night. Which would you like to hear? Hi Josek, welcome back. Thank you so much for the resub. Hello, hello. Happy Yakuza Day to you. Like, we don't do Happy Fridays, we do Happy Yakuza Day. You don't get to choose, Flamer. It's Comic's birthday. And also, he's the one who did the redeem. You'll take Celtic. Celtic it is. Whoop. Ah. I just yeeted everything over my table. I am very smart. Why aren't you wearing clothes? Excuse me? These don't count? Okay. Stories about the basketball team? Absolutely not. We don't do sports in this house. I'm sorry, we don't. Let's see. I don't actually know where we left off with this one. Did we leave off? Well, we definitely didn't do this one. Oh, it's a Selkie tale. Selkie are interesting. We're going to do the Selkie tale from Scotland. Scotland? Fran, you're being very mean. Genuinely, I mean, that's kind of mean. Anyway, this is the picture. Right there, they are seal. You've seen them, they're very cute. For people that don't know, is that a Selkie is actually a seal that turns into a person on land. So these are actually all Selkie. And then if you, how does it work again? If they take off their seal skin on land, then they turn into a human. And then if she loses her seal skin or it gets destroyed, she has to live on land with the fisherman who destroyed her skin. So fun! Anyway, this one is called The Seal Catcher and the Selkies. Oh, let me actually turn on. I'm almost forgetting that. Can you imagine? The Seal Catcher and the Selkies. Should I have this? I should have a little bit of a sound on the background. Hold on. What's a nice sound? Something Celtic. Celtic music. Like this. Yes, do that one. I think it's not very loud. No, it is. Is that loud enough? Is that loud enough? I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, I hope it's loud enough. If it's too loud, also tell me. Once upon a time, there was a man who lived not far from the very north of Scotland. He dwelled in a little cottage by the seashore and made his living by catching seals and selling their fur. He earned a good deal of money in this way, for these creatures used to come out of the sea in large numbers and lie on the rocks near his house, basking in the sunshine, so that it was not difficult to creep up behind them and kill them. Sorry. Some of those seals were larger than others, and the country people used to call them selkies, and whisper that they were not seals at all, but mere men and mere women, who came from a country of their own, far down under the ocean, and who assumed this strange disguise in order to pass through the water and come up to breathe the air of this earth of ours. But the seal catcher only laughed, and said that those seals were the ones most worth killing, for their skins were so big that he got an extra price for them. Now it chanced that one day, as he crept up to and stabbed one of these particularly large seals with his hunting knife, the creature gave a loud cry of pain and slipped off the rock into the sea. It disappeared under the water, carrying the knife along with it. The seal catcher, much annoyed at his clumsiness and also at the loss of his knife, went home to dinner in a very downcast frame of mind. On his way, he met a horseman who was so tall and strange-looking, and who rode on such a gigantic horse that the seal catcher stopped and looked at him in astonishment, wondering who he was and from what country he came. The stranger stopped as well and asked him his trade. On hearing that he was a seal catcher, he immediately ordered a great number of seal skins. The seal catcher was delighted, for such an order meant a large sum of money to him. But his face fell when the horseman added that it was absolutely necessary that the skins should be delivered that evening. "I cannot do it," said the seal catcher in a disappointed voice, "for the seals will not come back to the rocks again until tomorrow morning." "I can take you to a place where there are any number of seals," answered the stranger, "if you will mount behind me on my horse and come with me." The seal catcher agreed to this and climbed up behind the rider. Then the rider shook his bridle rein, and off the great horse galloped at such a pace that the seal catcher had much ado to keep his seat. Oh, on and on they went, flying like the wind, until at last they came to the edge of a huge precipice, the face of which went sheer down to the sea. Here the mysterious horseman pulled up his steed with a jerk. "Get off now," he said shortly. The seal-catcher did as he was bid, and when he found himself safe on the ground, he peeped cautiously over the edge of the cliff to see if there were any seals lying on the rocks below. To his astonishment, he saw no rocks, only the blue sea, which came right up to the foot of the cliff. "Where are the seals that you spoke of?" he asked anxiously, wishing that he had never set out on such a rash adventure. "You will see presently," answered the stranger, who was attending to his horse's bridle. The seal-catcher was now thoroughly frightened, for he felt sure that some evil was about to befall him, and in such a lonely place he knew that it would be useless to cry out for help. And it seemed as if his fears would prove only too true, for the next moment the stranger's hand was laid upon his shoulder, and he felt himself being hurled bodily over the cliff. Then he fell with a splash into the sea. He thought that his last hour had come, and he wondered how anyone could work such a deed of wrong upon an innocent man. But, to his astonishment, he found that some change must have passed over him, for instead of being choked by the water, he could breathe quite easily. He and his companion, who was still close at his side, seemed to be sinking as quickly down through the sea as they had flown through the air. Down and down they went. He couldn't tell how far, until at last they came to a huge arched door, which appeared to be made of pink coral, studded over with cockle shells. It opened of its own accord, and when they entered, they found themselves in a huge hall, the walls of which were formed of mother-of-pearl, and the floor of which was made of sea sand, smooth, firm, and yellow. The hall was crowded with occupants, but they were seals, not men, and when the seal-catcher turned to his companion to ask him what it all meant, he was aghast to find that the rider, too, had assumed the form of a seal. He was still more aghast when he caught sight of himself in a large mirror that hung on the wall, and saw that he also no longer bore the likeness of a man, but was transformed into a nice, hairy, brown seal. "Ah, woe to me!" he said to himself. "For no fault of my own, this artful stranger has laid some baneful charm upon me, and in this awful guise will I remain for the rest of my natural life." At first, none of the huge creatures spoke to him. For some reason or another, they seemed to be very sad. They moved gently about the hall, talking quietly and mournfully to one another, or lay sadly upon the sandy floor, wiping big tears from their eyes with their soft, furry fins. But presently they began to notice him and to whisper to one another. Then his guide moved him away from him, and disappeared through a door at the end of the hall. When he returned, he held a huge knife in his hand. "Did you ever see this before?" he asked, holding it out to the unfortunate seal-catcher, who, to his horror, recognized his own hunting knife, with which he had struck the seal in the morning, and which had been carried off by the wounded animal. At the sight of the knife, he fell upon his face and begged for mercy, for he at once came to the conclusion that the inhabitants of the cavern, enraged at the harm which had been wrought upon their comrade, had contrived to capture him and to bring him down to their subterranean abode in order to wreak their vengeance upon him by killing him. But instead of doing so, they crowded round him, rubbing their soft noses against his fur to show their sympathy, and implored him not to put himself about, for no harm would befall him, and they would love him all their lives long if he would only do what they asked him. "Tell me what it is," said the seal-catcher, "and I will do it if it lies within my power." "Follow me," answered his guide, and he led the way to the door. Sorry, I tripped on my voice there. He led the way through the door to the door through which he had disappeared when he went to seek the knife. Sorry, that was a weird one. The seal-catcher followed him, and there, in a smaller room, he found a great brown seal lying on a bed of pale pink seaweed, with a gaping wound on his side. "That is my father," said his guide, "whom you wounded this morning, thinking that he was one of the common seals who live in the sea, instead of a merman who had speech and understanding as you mortals have. I brought you hither to bind up his wounds, for no other hand than yours can heal him." "I have no skill in the art of healing," said the seal-catcher, astonished at the forbearance of these strange creatures whom he had so unwittingly wronged. "But I will bind up the wound to the best of my power, and I am only sorry that it was my hands that caused it." He went over to the bed and, stooping over the wounded seal, washed and dressed the hurt as well as he could. And the touch of his hands appeared to work like magic, for no sooner had he finished than the wound seemed to deaden and die, leaving only the scar, and the old seal sprang up as well as ever. Then there was a great rejoicing throughout the whole palace of the seals. They laughed and they talked and they embraced each other in their own strange way, crowding round their comrade and rubbing their noses against his, as if to show him how delighted they were at his recovery. Sorry, I have allergies. Not seal allergies, don't worry. But all this while, the seal catcher stood alone in a corner, his mind filled with dark thoughts, for although he saw now that they had no intention of killing him, he did not relish the prospect of spending the rest of his life in the guise of a seal, fathoms deep under the ocean. But presently his guide approached him and said, "Now you are at liberty to return home to your wife and children. I will take you to them, but only on one condition." "And what is that?" asked the seal catcher eagerly, overjoyed at the prospect of being restored safely to the upper world and to his family. "That you will take a solemn oath never to wound a seal again." "That will I do right gladly," he replied, for although the promise meant giving up his means of livelihood, he felt that if he only regained his proper shape, he could always turn his hand to something else. So he took the required oath with all due solemnity, holding up his fin as he swore, and all of the other seals crowded round him as a witness. And a sigh of relief went through the holes when the words were spoken, for he was the most noted seal catcher in the north of Scotland. Then he bade the strange company farewell, and, accompanied by his guide, passed once more through the outer doors of coral and up, and up, and up, through the shadowy green water, until it began to grow lighter and lighter, and at last they emerged into the sunshine. Then, with one spring, they reached the top of the cliff, where the great black horse was waiting for them, quietly nibbling the green turf. When they left the water, their strange disguise dropped from them, and they were now as they had been before, a plain seal catcher and a tall, well-dressed gentleman in riding clothes. "Get up behind me," said the latter, as he swung himself into the saddle. The seal catcher did as he was bid, taking tight hold of his companion's coat, for he remembered how nearly he had fallen off on his previous journey. Then it all happened as it happened before. The bridle was shaken, the horse galloped off, and it was not long before the seal catcher found himself standing in safety before his own garden gate. He held out his hand to say goodbye, but as he did so, the stranger pulled out a huge bag of gold and placed it in his hand. "You have done your part of the bargain. We must do ours," he said. "Men shall never say that we took away an honest man's work without making reparation for it. And here is what will keep you in comfort till your life's end." And then he rode away, and when the astonished seal catcher carried the bag into his cottage and turned the gold out on the table, he found that what the stranger had said was true, and that he would be a rich man for the remainder of his days. The end. So what we've learned from this is we should go and kill as many seals as we can until we find a selkie, and then absolutely stab that one, but only so much that they can go home, and then someone will come to us, tell us to stop that, and give us a lot of gold. It'll be great. That's what we'll do. That's how we're gonna make our money. That's all we need to do. I'm sorry, Coolstra. I'm sorry. I'd gladly give up working to be a seal. Same, machine, same. If you could, like... I will absolutely... No, see, the clubbing doesn't work, Karnak, because they'll be dead. Like, you can't bind a clubbing wound. It has to be a knife. There's a metaphor somewhere in there, I don't know. I mean... Let me go find some seals. Some seals! No, we only had one. We only had one. It's a birthday story, technically. Well, not technically. It's a birthday story. And also, hello, Costa. Sorry, I didn't even say hi. Unbelievable. You're very welcome, Kumik. And may your birthday be a pleasant one. Whoop! Sorry, sir. I didn't actually want to talk to this man. What a great birthday message. I know! Hey, you picked it. No, it's not locker key. I named all of my other girls in the same tradition, mostly. Like I had door hinge. I had fake plant. I don't remember what I called this girl, if I'm perfectly honest. What is your name again? Small tube. She is small tube. She should relax. Don't get mad for her. She was fine at it. Oh my god, she is the worst. She's actually so bad at her job. What the hell? She can't even relax. Can I leave? She's fired. See, locker key I loved. I don't love small tube. Small tube can go home forever. Like, please. Yeah, excellent service, if you say so. Did you change the white balance of your camera? No, it just keeps doing this. I didn't change the thing since last time, and I have no idea why. But that's a lie. I know why my camera is breaking. But, like, I don't know why blue specifically. I have no idea. Like, I even made the lighting more yellow. to see if to see if I died, which, yes, happens. And it actually lifted the blue a little bit, like it became slightly less blue after that. But certainly not to the degree that we were hoping for. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. I have to figure- oh no, please be nice. Okay, she's nice. Whew. Okay, I have no way to, like, lower her stress right now. So, she's just gonna have to deal. Happens. Your tube chose violence today? Oh, cool stuff, buddy. No! I'm sorry. I will... Okay, so I know relax doesn't work, but I want to do it anyway because she's, like, so stressed. It does. It doesn't do anything. Like, well, it doesn't help, rather. I tried all the settings. Oh, she actually does relax. Good for her. Like, I tried... Well, literally everything. I tried everything. And it's still blue, and I don't know why. Okay, at least she's not stressed anymore. You're welcome, small tube. She doesn't have excellent service, though, because she's not motivated. She doesn't care. Maybe I am. Maybe I am in a cyberpunk room. Sensors probably shag then? I have no idea. I will take your word for that. Your work? I will take your word for that. It's okay. I was gonna, like, get a new camera at some point anyway. Just... Y'all, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with, like, with Blue Jinsey for a while. I'll see if I can, like, MacGyver something about it to make it look less terrible. With, like, I'll put, like, a yellow light behind me. How about that? I don't know. See, I made the blue man joke at the start, Grulian, and nobody got it. I'm sad. They put life management in my beat 'em up. I'd actually set this up already, like, properly. So I was done, it would be done in one go, but then I wasn't because she sucked. I'm gonna encourage you. Because I don't need to lecture her anymore. Fishing in my Power Fantasy RPG? Please, yes. Kingfisher Jinsey? I'll go with that. Yes, yeah, that's what it is. I want it to be as blue as my frame. There, she feels a little bit better now. How old is this camera? Oh my god, I've had this for years! Actually, what I could do... You know what I could do? I could steal Nick's camera. Because he has the same one. I don't know if his is older than mine. I'll have to look. Putting a light behind you would be ill-advised because it will cause me to have an aneurysm, come to your place, and kick down the light. You know what? I'm gonna put a light behind me just to see what happens. Well, at least someone does that. Like, WoW Mount Guides? Oh yeah. Yeah. I had it back then already. Easily. It was like the only, this is the only webcam I ever had. So, Take from that what you will, I guess. I'm gonna go fishing, accidentally catch a lazy selkie. If they give you a bag of gold, let's go. Okay, she liked that one too. Hi, Ice. Good morning. Listen, Fussel, I just want to see you. That's all. I want you to cook us dinner. Hi, Lunder. Good morning. I'm mostly blue today, but don't worry, not in the sad way, just in the color way. Very, very blue. Yeah, you better work. Work! Okay, this is gonna be the one. This is finally gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one. This is it. Here it is. Do I even have to train her? Can I encourage her further? Can I just tell her to relax? No, I'm gonna encourage her further. See if I can do that again. I don't know. I cooked Kata's family dinner and they enjoyed it a great deal. See, that's what I want. Hey, Brixero. Good morning. Since this camera is so old, the connector's like that of a 90s printer. Yeah, well... Actually, I think Nick's camera might even be older than mine. But he doesn't use his as much as I use mine, so... Someone said howdy and summoned me. Howdy, 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 howdy. Every time anybody says howdy, I have to think of the shark from Toy Story. I'm Woody. Howdy, 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 howdy. Not bad, small tube. You're welcome. Okay, this is the one though, eh? Yeah, yeah, come on, come on. This is the one. We did it! Okay, there we go. That's the last one. Hi, Litze. You've done it again! I know! So now this one's gonna leave too. Yep, there she goes. They always leave effective immediately. Not you too! Yep. She's gonna go make the real bucks in Tokyo. Don't worry, I'll help. Ah! Natsume-chan? Oh, we finally made her realize that she has to step up to her plate. Pay half my flight and I will cook you dinner. I will consider that, actually. I know what you must be thinking, but I swear I'm not up to anything this time. I know I've been a terrible hostess and I was wrong. I realized that after watching you work so hard to help those girls reach the top. Meanwhile, I was off running around behaving like a spoiled little girl. Every girl Kiryu-san coached turned out to be excellent hostesses. The way they went above and beyond to put the customers first was what stood out to me the most. You showed me that's how a real pro operates. So from now on, I'm going to put my heart and soul into my work. Like I used to. That is, as long as that's okay with you. As long as it's okay with you that I work really hard. Of course it is, Natsumi-chan. Together, we can put this club back on the map. Are you ready? Absolutely. Ah. I did it, guys. I don't know what I did, but I did it. By having all the other hostesses walk away. We did it. I think. It's like trying to get back with your ex because you see they're moving on with their life. Pretty much. Yeah. Spot on. I can tell Natsume is a lot more fired up to be here now. Glad she finally had a change of heart. Yes, and it's all thanks to you. With her on our side, I feel as though our club has a fighting chance. Please, take this as a token of my thanks. I don't need it. I don't need it. Kiryu-san, you taught us all something valuable about raising a hostess from the ground up. Your exploits will surely go down in club history. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Perhaps you'll come and see us in your spare time. Anyway, there's still much to be done, so good luck, Kiryu-san. Take care of yourself. Well, at least I got some XP, I guess, which is nice. Every single pedestrian has back problems. Like, this is a pandemic. Epidemic? Base Kiryu helped establish a workers' union. She's like, oh god, I'm gonna get looked over. Okay, I'm gonna go to the orphanage now, though. I know that's not where I'm No, wait. That is where I'm supposed to go, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm a reasonable man, so I would pay half myself, given it is basically a vacation. How about this? Y'all are invited over... Oh. If we have the house. Because this apartment is very small, and I think you might cry if you see our kitchen, Whistle. Wait, did you see our kitchen? I showed it in the Patreon video. I feel like you did. No, boy. Don't touch me. Oh, there was also... I forgot about this, actually. There was also the English person. Look at him! He was bleeding out on the floor! If he's not dead, I don't know who is. They are dead, by the way. No, no, I wish to stab you. With this rock. With this pole. You did not see the kitchen. Okay. Well, it's not good. It's not great. It's not a very good kitchen. Was it here? I think it was here. Because I do want to do the English person quest. Because they're hilarious. Fights like King from Tekken. I've never noticed that. This is a very Yakuza fight. Although the Yakuza fights definitely get better in like the newer games. I never knew Japan could be so lonely. It's okay. I'm here to speak English with you. Yeah, see if we still... We'll wait. We'll wait. Hello, English person. It's that woman from before. Oh, we've met a few times now. Funny how we keep running into each other. How about we grab a drink? Isn't it funny how we just keep running into each other after that one person tells us kind of where to find you? Yeah, so weird. Newest game has turn-based combat? Yeah, but like that Yakuza Like a Dragon is completely different from every other Yakuza game. Could she be inviting me out for a drink? Could it be? My name's Stacy. Hi, Stacy. I'm Kiryu, Kazuma Kiryu. What a name! I wonder what it means. I wish I knew more Japanese. Here goes. You're always so kind to me, Kiryu. Uh-huh. You always help me when I'm in trouble. She's like 100%. She's not a foreigner. Stacy is not a foreigner. Come on, she's not. It also occurred to me today that I could put in a 80cm hob in my... A hob? One with a fan... What is that? What is a hob? She forgot the honorific? Maybe we're already on non-honorific terms. It's... I don't know. You never played Yakuza? If you want to get into the Yakuza series, 100%, I'm going to tell you to start with Yakuza 0. Start with Yakuza 0, then go Yakuza Kiwami 1, and then Kiwami 2. Because 3 is definitely worse, because it didn't have a remake yet. Like, compared to the other ones, this one didn't have a remake. Like, Yakuza 1 and 2 were remade into Kiwami. And they are much better games. 100%, they've learned so much. Oh, a cooktop. Okay, we don't have that one of those. Stacy's here to get that married visa. Oh my god, she is! Oh my god, that'd be hilarious, though. You know, Kiryu, I don't want to go home tonight. There's a song about that. Oh, she giggles in Japanese, though. Sorry. She's one of them always foreigners who didn't fit with her own people, but doesn't really fit with her chosen people either, like me. Guilty. Oh no, she's here to, like, lure me. She seems to be inviting me somewhere, unless I'm totally mistaken. There should be some kind of phrase I can say in this situation. It was in a handbook. When someone says they don't want to go home tonight, and they're out drinking with you, and they happen to be a beautiful woman, then the best thing to say would be, I don't deserve your love. I love English. I don't deserve your love. But you do, Kiryu, more than you know. No, I don't deserve your love. It's the thing where you put the pans on, but since I have oven and cooktop independent, I can freely choose which one to use. Well, we have oven with like stove on top of the oven. It's an oven with the stove on top. That's it. That's literally the only kitchen appliance we have. It's an all-in-one. With shoulders like Kiryu's, who would dare scam him? Well, a lot of people, weirdly, Grulian. Like, everyone tries to scam me. I don't know why. We all hate... English people hate English because we know. Don't think anyone loves English. No, nobody does. I'm impressed. You're English. It's amazing. Because I said I don't deserve your love. Ever since you helped me, I can only think about you. Nothing but you, Kiryu. Here, please accept this. Will I see you again? Oh, I hope not. She's very creepy. Thanks to that handbook, I managed to speak with her in English most of the time, even if I was just winging it. I got an Italian necklace. I can't be mad about that. I need to go find her again. Not her, but like the English textbook lady. She's over there. She's like in like the main street, I think. Yeah, a new quest popped up. That's her again. Let's be honest, that's her again. I should save. Lest I do something very stupid. And I do a lot of stupid things, so this is a valid concern. Stove is typically the name for a combination? Oh, okay, well we have a stove in that case. Actually, that makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Wait, you're not her, though. You're someone else. Aren't you someone else? Well, maybe you heard about something about it being in this area. Nope, don't think so. Whatever ended up getting buried all those years ago is probably still in the ground. Besides, isn't the Yamashita treasure just an urban legend? Yes, well, I suppose this area has changed quite a bit over the years. Now I'm in a pickle. I need to be heading back to Tochigi next week. I have no idea where to look next. Are you doing treasure hunting, sir? Because that's a terrible idea. Something wrong, old-timer? I couldn't help but overhear you. Kiryu, you shouldn't be calling people old-timers. That's kind of rude. Oh, well, I'm actually on a search. Treasure hunt's more like it. A treasure hunt, really? Why, sure. Here, take a look-see. I've got your map and everything. How did this end up in your hands? And also, that's quite vague. Like, here's a river. Dig there. I've had it this whole time. See, this is a map to the treasure my friends and I buried while we were stationed in Okinawa during the war. Okay, and what was this treasure? It was... Well, we were being evacuated at the time, so we buried whatever we could carry to lighten the load. Wait, you never heard of this one? The story of the Yamashita treasure? You know, all the gold the army buried? Well, this map has a location of that very same treasure. I don't believe you. I will get scammed wholeheartedly. For you as well, Danny. I'll get scammed for us both. How to hate English. Judgment and judgment. No E are both correct. Really? Why would you do... Well, I'm not gonna argue. Sure it is. English, you do you. Yeah, he's like, here, help me find this treasure that is extremely valuable. Stranger that I just met. We all said we'd come dig it up after the war, but we got so caught up in the, I guess you'd call it a aftermath, that we never made it back to what was ours. Now I know I ain't got much time left in this world, but the thought of claiming the treasure still haunts me. Please, will you help an old man find his lost fortune? It's right here on this map, I swear it, or I'm as good as dead. Sure, Betty. Treasure hunting does sound like a nice diversion. Okay, I'll help you find what you're looking for. Many thanks, young man. Once we find this treasure, I'll make sure you get your share. Well then, here's a copy of the map. Let's split up and search. He just has a copy of it? Why does he have it? Because English is a thief of a language, a thief with very low standards. Can you understand me? Good. We'll keep it at that. Name's Tobayashi, by the way. I'll give you my cell phone number too. Give me a call if you find anything, you hear? Got it. I'm Kiryu, by the way. So all I have to do is follow this map. Make sure to call me when you find the treasure too. Don't go pulling any fast ones. Or what? What are you gonna do about it? Like, what are you gonna do about it if I just stake the treasure? Like, I obviously can't because this is Kiryu, and Kiryu would never do that. He's not mean. But, if I was anybody else, what are you gonna do? The cooktop I could switch out with one that has a fan in the middle to suck in the steam from boiling food. Oh, I know the one you mean. Oh my god, I love that. I want one of those. I know what you mean. Yes. Because they're way better than like the, like what we have now is like, it's at the top. What do you call that in English again? I have no idea what to call that in English. But it's like above the stove and it sucks in air like up. But it's kind of bad. Americans subtract the E more often, but the Brits also did it. Like, I know that in American English, a lot of times you drop the E in things like favorite, or like, no, not the E, the U. So you type it favorite instead of favorite. A hood, yeah, a vent hood. That thing. Wait, so does this mean that the lady isn't here anymore? The English lady isn't here? But I want to learn more English. Oh well, I guess we won't learn more English today. We're gonna go to our orphanage. To the Morning Glory station, please. Color and color. Gray and gray is also so weird. Why would you do an A or an E? Like, why would you make that different? What is the point? I don't get it. I always go with the E. Because it makes more sense for me. I don't know why. Engraved? Are your old kids home? They build them into microwaves sometimes? Wait, what? That's not what I meant to do. I'm terrible at this. I have a friend named Gray, so I use Gray. It makes more sense, doesn't it? Also because of Earl Grey. Earl Grey is like with an E, so you know. Okay, don't go back now, kitty. I have to go. Oh, I also have an email. Everyone is still alive! What is that? Boy. Hey, you're not dead! What he's saying is no, he should not be out of bed. How are you doing, Nakahara? Does he look okay? Gray's American, and yeah, that I figured as much. I can't write period. To be fair, like I don't even really care how people write things. If I know what you mean, then that's good enough for me. Game audio is weird? Is it? Weird how? Do I need to turn it up, or is there something odd about it? Wow, Kaisa. Good morning to you too. Oh no, you're hearing it through the mic anyway? Yesterday, like, that did, or yesterday, the time before that, it didn't happen. Super muted and nobody told me anything! Yesterday, I asked like 5 separate times, how is the sound? Is the sound okay? Can you hear it through my microphone? Like, I asked so many times and everyone's like, no, totally fine. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's never been this great. Like, y'all, bamboozle me more. Hi, Anno. Good morning. It's still mostly morning. Oh, hi, Sushan. Well, I've got sound issues now, don't I? Didn't ask while I was there. Listen, there's more people in the chat than just you that can hear it. It sounds like when you hear audio through someone's headset, has been fine until now. What? It shouldn't be... That's weird. So you can't hear... Hold on. Hold on. No, it does have the sound there. Do I just need to turn it up louder? Like, yeah, my voice sounds fine, Loneliest. It's about the game sound now. Does it annoy you when I say, what? No, that's fine. It only changed as soon as that cutscene kicked in? Weird! I actually turned up the sound a little bit. Maybe that's it? Let me turn down the sound a little bit. That's very strange. You know what? Actually, Grulian, yeah, that's not a bad sound test. Definitely morning here, well it is here, so you get one from me, okay, Dinasai? And well, good morning. Well, good morning? It's also not your home, but it doesn't matter. Never been better. It'll take more than a few little bits of metal to drag me down. Aniki, did you learn anything else about the guy who saved me? Yeah, he's actually the brother of the man who raised me as a kid, and apparently he works for the CIA. The CIA? Oh, fun fact also, real quick. Oh, sorry. If you are following the Yakuza 3 story, Sega is making me cut like 90% of the cutscenes out of my VODs. So if you're following just the VODs on YouTube, you're gonna miss out a lot of stuff. So I would recommend you either watch it live or watch the VODs on Twitch, because YouTube don't want it. We can hear the game, but it's got an echo. It sounds like it's recorded by the mic rather than directly streamed into the channel. Okay, that shouldn't happen though, because like I have a desktop audio and it definitely is playing. Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me turn it up a lot. Let's see if that helps. Wait, that same guy was there when I was staring down the other side of the barrel. What's the CIA got to get out of shooting me though? They're here on a mission. I can't really say much more than that. But them wanting the D to Morning Glory's land has something to do with it. What's so special about this patch of sand though? Let me also move the this a little bit this way. I don't know. I was playing my own game, so I didn't even notice. Well, the thing is, like, I have to basically get to a point where I don't have to have a headset on my head because I can't stream with cosplay if I have to wear a headset, basically. Not just because it's really warm, but also that. But also, like, it's not gonna work with wearing a wig, and it's not gonna work with the Resident Evil 8 one either because it has, like, a cloak, like a hood. So, I don't know. Well, thank you, Loniest. My body's killing me after I got the second jab. Oh, Sushan, buddy! But you got your second jab. I absolutely just lie in bed. That's what I did. Time to get tiny speakers. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. If I just put the speakers behind the microphone, I feel like it'll help. But also, it's a Blue Yeti, and it picks up weirdly. I'll figure this out. I'll go on the hunt for a small, a small. Oh God, you just used the word speaker. Small speaker. With that amount of people wanting the land, Kitty, you better start digging, as I'm sure there's oil underneath. No, they want to put a resort on it. The land itself isn't what matters. It's the project they're going to build on it. The resort. Exactly. That and the military expansion that hinges on Tamiya's new bill. I don't know if I get it, Aniki. What's the CIA got to do with building a resort or this military base stuff? What, you don't know, Mikio? It's simple. The CIA, they want money. That's it, yeah, they're gonna make bank for the US government. Wow, you sure know a lot, Rikia. That's not right at all. The point of this is to smoke out an arms smuggling syndicate which had been undermining the US for years now. Once the CIA gets them out into the open, they're gonna crush them once and for all. Turns out Nakahara, Daigo, and I were all just pawns in their plan. How'd you find out about all this? I heard it straight from Tamiya, the Minister of Defense. Tamiya? You remember Toma, his secretary? Well, Tamiya says if we save Toma, he'll put a stop to the resort. What do you mean, save him? Toma learned too much about the connection between Tamiya and the CIA, so he decided to take matters into his own hands, and now the CIA wants him dead. You know what? I think what this game would have really benefited from is a Final Fantasy XIV explanation. Because, like, we already know all this, so they should have Final Fantasy XIV it, where, like, you just see Kiryu going, and then the screen, like, pans up and goes to black, and then when it pans back down, I've explained everything. You can filter a lot of speaker sound out with most filters, and also if you use RTX voice. I don't use RTX voice, but I do use filters. No, I don't know. I can't test it when you just hear the clicking of the voices. Contrary to everything else in this game, the USA invading in foreign affairs because they feel undermined is very accurate. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that because we know. We know this. We know all of that. I'm gonna pick up the phone now. Hello, Kiryu. Hello, Tamiya. Hey, any updates? Where are you now? Back in Okinawa. I wanted to stop by the orphanage, but I'll be heading out to look for Toma any minute now. There's no need. He'll be at the prefectural office with his advisors all day long. And tonight? They're discussing the details of the resort deal, Kiryu. I expect this meeting to be quite lengthy. In fact, they'll more likely than not continue working through the night. As long as Toma's at the prefectural office, he'll be safe. In other words, you can rest easy for now. The real test will come tomorrow. Right. I'm not sure when the meeting will end, but whenever it does, Toma will instantly be in danger. Just like that. Georgie will undoubtedly strike at this most vulnerable moment. They have someone keeping tabs on the meeting, though. I'll contact you again when I learn when Toma's going. For today, try to get some rest for the battle ahead. I expect you'll need it. Oh, and be ready to leap into action at the drop of a hat tomorrow. Will do, even though I don't wear a hat. Talk to you later, Tamiya. Farewell. Oh. I know, the kids are like, murder, murder, murder. That was Tamiya. Sounds like Toma's going to be tied up in a meeting until tomorrow. He's safe for now. Good, good. Gives you the chance to take a load off. Spend some time with your kids. They missed you something fierce while you were gone. Ha, I couldn't tell. Haha, never seen him quite this pumped before. I'm sure they have tons they want to ask you. Yeah, they can sit still. For 2 seconds. Seconded. Anyway, Rikia, we should get going. Oh, right. Where to? Just some overnight tests at the hospital. Nothing too serious. I'll swing by tomorrow, okay? Yeah, sounds good. We'll be back after we drop the boss off, Aniki, later. Good morning, Moonflower. Even though it's afternoon here now, you get an afternoon. If I have to hear another word about Tokyo, I think I'm gonna puke-yo. You don't like Tokyo? Me too. I don't know how Ayako-chan and Riona are still so into it. Guess girls like hearing about the big city or something. I wish Uncle Kaz talked about wrestling matches in Tokyo instead. I bet they show them on TV up there every single night. Actually, it's me. I do all the fighting. I'm very strong. Thank you. Maybe not every night. How would you know, huh? You're not the expert on Tokyo wrestling all of a sudden, Mitsuo. You've never even been there. Well, neither are you. Shut up. Let's settle this in the ring. But we wrestle all the time. Can't we do something else for once? Come on, let's just go. Fine, but go easy on me this time. Yeah, whatever you say. Where is this quest line going? Uncle Kaz, have you seen Taichi around? I saw him run off to the beach with Mitsuo just now. Why, what's up? It's his turn to do the shopping today, but he still hasn't gone. Can you go talk some sense into him for me? Sure, just a second. I have to talk about Tokyo. All Taichi ever does is play. Well, he is a kid, you know, so there's that. What is it, email? Oh, look, it's Mac again. Ah! Another time, boy, another time. Hello? Taichi! What do you want, Uncle Kaz? Can you see we're busy? This isn't even wrestling, you're just kind of dancing. It's your turn to go shopping today. You can't just keep horsing around all the time while everyone else takes care of you. I know, just give me 5 more minutes. Now! But this is a big match, Uncle Kaz. I'll go in 5 minutes, swear! Fine, but you're going the second you're done. You'll be in big trouble if I hear you didn't go. Do you understand? Same for you, Mitsuo. Hey, why am I getting dragged into this? Taichi, let's just go. We can wrestle some more after we go shopping. You're not gonna get away that easy. Take this! Seriously? I know Taichi loves wrestling, but he really needs to start being more responsible. Okay, well, tell him that then. Why aren't you just like, you're the dad. Sound? Hearing echo from game? Dang it! Let me know how it sounds now. Wait, 1 second. I'm gonna turn off my mic. Let me know how that sounds. Okay, so it's definitely the echo. That's so unfortunate. Like, I even have like a whole... Like, look at this. There's like a whole box around it. It should not be that echoey. I'll see about that. Uncle Kaz, come quick! I will not. Taichi died. What's wrong? Taichi fell on his back. He's not moving. What? Gotta do something, Uncle Kaz. Right. You find Haruka and tell her to call the doctor. I'll go check on Taichi. Okay. It's recording your earbud audio? My earbud audio? What? What do you mean my earbud audio? I don't have earbuds. Yeah, I have. So what is on is the screen, because I don't have speakers. So it's the screen audio. And it's actually really, so like, I can barely hear it. Like, it's really, like, quite hard for me to hear it. So I don't really know what to do with that. And I can't do my, let me turn this up a little bit. I can't really do my cosplay streams unless I figure this out, so. I don't know, do you think it's the Blue Yeti? I doubt it. Well, I say that, but, I don't know. I've got to hurry to the beach. Fine. How hard is this sand? Like, that's a good question. Fashion aside, especially in our beat 'em ups. Taichi, can you hear me? He won't stop coughing. Can't get him inside. Has he just swallowed like all the sand in the world? How's he looking, Doc? From what I can tell, it seems to be a severe case of asthma. But he's never shown any signs of it before. How's that possible? It's difficult to say before further tests, but there are countless possible reasons for the sudden onset. It could be mere genetics, or perhaps caused by something from the environment. Cigarette smoke, pollution, what have you. There are other possibilities beyond that as well. What do you mean, other possibilities? Well, you see, kids these days are subject to a much higher level of stress than we were back in the day. Not only that, but this child is an orphan, yes? Yeah, but it's a simple conjecture. But this could be arising now as a result of the great stress Taichi must have gone through as a young boy. He really does not want to go grocery shopping. Maybe invest in some... No, see, the earbuds hurt my ears. That's the problem. The earbuds, because I tried that. That was my first test. But one of my ears is... I don't want to say messed up. I have one funky ear. That... Oh, hello, Arwen. That has grown a little bit different. Which means... Arwen! Stop sitting on my mute button. Most of the earbuds that I have don't really fit. Well, they'll fit, but they're extremely uncomfortable. Got so stressed he got asthma because of the groceries, right? X for doubt. Earphones with memory foam tips? Question mark? I've never heard of those, I think. Like, she literally sat her tail down on mute. Hey. I'm gonna put you down again, buddy. Yeah. No, hey? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pet you with my foot. Pet you with my foot. Whenever I put her down, she then rolls on the floor and she's like, okay, now pet me here. I can look into that. I don't know. I'll have a look. I'll have a look. I was trying to do it without spending any money. I'm not gonna be... I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wanted to do this with what I had. And I don't have foam or silicone ear tips, but we can give that a look. I've seen other streamers use speakers with mic. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was like, oh, well, if I have this weird foam block around it, I'm sure that'd be fine. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's like if it's a microphone thing, or I need different filters. We'll see. Otherwise you have to buy speakers and tape them to your ears. Ah, yes. You mean something like this. It's really just it's mainly for the cosplay. It's also, I'll be honest, it's a lot more comfortable not to wear a headset. Like, just being real here. Yeah, we'll see. Like, every time I looked up a tutorial, it was just like, oh, just face your microphone away from the speaker, and it's like, I did that. Anyway, he may still be a child, but I suspect there are traumatic experiences hiding just under the surface, and that can seriously cause asthma. It's entirely possible. Can it? Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm Xing to doubt on that one too. Let me see the science on that one. In any case, strenuous exercise is off the table from now. Cat hair on your mouth is as well. Isn't that right, Arwen? We can say with near complete certainty that wrestling was the cause of this attack. But there are no buts to this, sir. Your child's health is at serious risk. Risk? What do you mean? The potential complications of asthma reach far beyond the coughing and shortness of breath, so often associated with it. If left untreated, this could very well become a chronic issue for your boy. He may someday be unable to breathe on his own. Worst case scenario, it may ultimately be fatal. What? So for the time being, I would suggest he take it easy and avoid exercise of any kind until we have the test results. It means he's sado. He's sado, but not dado. The doctor just doesn't want to work. He's just like, stress, bye. Let's please confirm. Dynamic isn't as problematic since they're super directional. I don't think this is a dynamic one. I think Nick's one is a dynamic one. I don't know. Like, it's something okay. So I need a new camera. I need a new microphone. Like, all my gear is breaking at the same time, or what? We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. We will figure this out before October, because in October we're doing the Resident Evil 8 stream. So I want to be able to cosplay by then, at the latest. His lungs will close up. No more wrestling for him. Hi, Dust. Good morning. Speaking of wrestling. Hi, Dust. Yeti is diagram. Why doesn't it work with mine? Why? It's working too well. Because it's set... Okay, so it's set on... You know what I mean, Fussel. It's like a circle with like a little bite out of it. Like a little pizza out of it. It's set to that, and then face towards me. And I felt like that should work, right? Evidently, it does not. But what I will say is that, okay, so my microphone is facing like this, right? The screen that has the sound is here. For some reason, the other screen doesn't want to do anything. So what if I got a very small, wow, words, a very small audio box, speaker, and I put it there. I put it like behind it. Maybe? Maybe? If he wants to know, there are certain tests with allergenic substances with which you can provoke an asthma attack, but stress is not out of the question. I don't know. The doctor thinks I might have asthma, but you know what? I'm gonna say that I don't because I can't be bothered to deal with that as well. I have a limit. Maybe make a wish list on Patreon. No, we will not do that. No. I will work within my means. Well, good afternoon. Did I say morning again? Good afternoon. It limits it, but the Yeti isn't a true dynamic mic, so it's still a bit more sensitive. Stop being so sensitive, Yeti. Uncalled for. I had minor asthma as a kid, and it really sucks. I do not want it. Apparently, you can develop asthma later in life, and I do not have the time. I had no idea this was so serious. Does this mean Tai Chi is gonna have to stop wrestling? It'll break his heart. Well, let's not go jumping to any conclusions before we get those test results, yeah? I'm gonna go check on him. He's already left, hasn't he? He's run away from home because he wants to wrestle. Guess I'll go too. It'd be good to cheer him up somehow. He's definitely gone. He's left. He's left the premises. Oh, not even. Okay, well, I would've. RTX voice does a lot of good work eliminating outside noise from speakers, etc., regardless of mic. I'll have a look at that. Energizer, can you DM me on Discord with RTX voice? Just type out RTX voice, because I will forget it if you don't. Like all those times when I'm like, oh, tell me after stream or I'll forget it. I really genuinely will. If it's not written down, it doesn't exist to me. Inhaler's more or less cured it for me, although it still troubles me. Yeah, I have a different inhaler this time as well. It's more powerful than ever before. Dialogue in games is still voice, so it might not cancel out. I guess I can just do both. I'll get a small speaker. Why do I keep forgetting the word speaker? I'll get a small speaker, I'll put it behind the microphone, I'll get the RTX. We'll go from there. We'll see what happens. I will also look into the foam tips though, because if the foam tips make this comfortable to wear, then I guess it won't really matter anymore. You know. Don't even have to do that, Energizer, because I'm gonna try it either way. I feel like if it helps, it helps. I trust you. In early and slight cases, you would just have to have an inhaler with you for sudden attacks. It's why I have him, so it's fine. Come on, Tai Chi, it's beautiful out. How about you and me head out for a nice relaxing fish? Rikia, do not lie to this boy. The fishing in this game is not relaxing. You can't do this to him. At least, like, give him a manga or something. I brought him a manga. Just saying. Nah. Oh, well, it's no fun sitting here, right? Let's get you out in the sun. Just leave me alone. But you want me to go outside? Fine, then let's wrestle. Oh, well, maybe later, okay? Later? More like never. I heard what the doctor was saying. I've got asthma. I'm gonna die if I keep wrestling. But wrestling's the only thing I want to do. I want to go pro and make tons of money so I can help Morning Glory. It's the only thing I'm good at. Tai Chi, you just need to find another way. Something other than wrestling, huh? That's not what I mean. Wrestling is your dream, right? Yeah. Then you can't give it up. Huh? Don't lose sight of your dream, no matter what. I don't get it, Uncle Kaz. Well, sometimes asthma is curable. Perfectly curable. Hi, Kale. Good afternoon, buddy. Welcome in. Fishing will not reduce stress. No, not even close. Foam tips will not work on earbuds. You need to get earphones? There's that you can pull the tips off and replace them. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't get those now. I'll start with the small speaker. Because buying another pair of earphones is not gonna happen today. Look, everyone faces obstacles on their path through life. It just so happens that the first obstacle you have to face is this asthma thing. So for now, just be patient. Pushing yourself could make it far worse, and running yourself into the ground is no better than abandoning your dream altogether. All you can do now is wait. Stay calm, start making plans for when you get better. Understand? Yeah, and you will get better, I'm sure of it. Then once you do, it'll be all systems go on the path to your dreams. He's right, Taichi. Even if you can't do stuff now, you'll be back in butt-kicking action in no time flat. And hey, watching other people wrestle's still pretty fun, right? No better way to study moves if you ask me. Wait, that's it! We'll put on a special match for you since you're sidelined and all. Ain't that right, Aniki? Yeah, you can beat me up again. It'll be great. But that's not really wrestling, that's me kicking the shit out of Rikia. So, what's this about a special match? Just think about it, Aniki. You and me putting on a masked wrestling show just like they do on TV? You want to wrestle me? For Taichi, I think it'll really lift his spirits. True, guess it's worth a try. Oh man, he's gonna love it. Me and Mikio will get started building this ring right away. A ring? You're really serious about this, huh? Of course I am. No point doing something if you're gonna do it half-assed, you know? Don't worry, we'll handle everything. Oh, and I'll let you know when we're ready. You might want to warm up first. I got some pretty mean moves. Huh, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Arf arf! Oh, I can walk straight through the boy. Can I not give him his manga? Because I have a manga for him. Am I allowed to do that? I'm not allowed to do that. I know, yes, all Yakuza are the best, in fact. The nicest people. Okay, well, so do they want me to go and do side quests? For my asthma, I only needed to use the inhaler twice a day. I generally just use it when I feel like I can't breathe. Which works well enough. Forgot to tell you, we cleaned out a room for you at the Ryudo family office. Use it anytime you want. It can be your hideout or something. You know, like a place away from the kids. Why would I want that? Oh, they're calling me again. People just won't leave me alone. The ring's literally ready the moment I leave. Good for me. Let me save. Rikia, very keen to take one for the team. To be fair, he is like kind of like an overexcited dog. I do like Rikia better now than I did. I didn't really like him at the start. Like he was, I don't know, a bit too much maybe. But I like him. Not just for the ring, but a little bit. Oh no! God, I did it again. Well, that's unfortunate. Again! Whistle, I have a budget. I can't fit in 30 bucks right now. I'm sorry. I know you come from a good place, but when someone says they can't right now, they probably can't. God, you built this real fast. Ring's all prepped, Aniki. You ready to rumble? Absolutely not. Let's do it. Sure, let's do it. Sweet, let's go change into our costumes somewhere the kids won't see. You wear costumes? Oh god, what is my wrestler outfit's gonna... Oh my god! I am not okay. You want me to toss him? You want me to... Okay, hold on. You want me to also... You want me to toss him? There, I tossed him. I threw him to the ground. You want me to toss him again? I can't. I can't toss him. He doesn't let me. Oh no, now he doesn't let me anyway. Use dropkick while running. Okay, I got that. I got that. I already did. Oh my god! Well, he certainly learned something. I am using it. He just doesn't want to listen to me. There you go. That's better. Get knocked down on purpose. Okay. Oh no! Oh, now he wants me to dropkick while running again. This is so specific. Easy. Use a heat action. Okay. Oh dear lord. Okay. Well, at least I can't lose my heat action. Oh my god. Into the sand you go. I look so serious in my mask. Look at my face. Or are we holding hands now? Wait, isn't that illegal? Didn't I just win already? I guess we're putting on a show, so that's fair. This has to be someone's kink, 100%. I will consider it, Fizzle. He brought a fork! He brought a fork! You saved me from the fork! Okay, but you're not supposed to do that. It's going to make Majima so jealous. He's like, next time, I want to be in this outfit. Oh no, you guys probably had an echo, didn't you? I didn't mute. I'm sorry. Kiryu-san, you're letting him wrestle? Hey Doc, something wrong? The boy, what did the boy eat before he collapsed? Was it 50 pounds of sugar? Because that would explain a lot. That was just around lunchtime, so how'd it go? What did you guys have for lunch today? Soba. We got them from a noodle shop a few blocks away. Just as I thought. The blood tests I ran showed extremely high allergen levels, meaning Taichi's attack was in fact due to an allergic reaction to whatever he had for lunch. In other words, buckwheat. Taichi did keep talking about how good it was. He probably ate twice as much as the other kids. I guess that means he can't have soba anymore, huh? It would be prudent to avoid it, yes. As with any severe allergic reaction, it could cause his airways to swell up, greatly restricting his ability to breathe. In extreme cases, he may even go into anaphylactic shock. It's difficult to overstate just how dangerous this could potentially be for your boy. I had no idea. Well, no, we can't all be doctors, sir. But if we can take heart from something, it's the fact that he ate an especially large amount of soba before collapsing. It may be a mere minor allergy in regular quantities. In some cases, people have even been known to grow out of childhood food allergies as they mature. You simply never know what the future may hold. I must encourage caution, though. Nowadays it's very easy to eat a food containing buckwheat without even realizing it's one of the ingredients. Right. I imagine he won't mind very much, though. It seems Taichi would gladly give up soba if it means he'll be able to wrestle again. Hello, Arwen. Hello. I love you. This is barely perceptible. I think I would get annoyed if I heard it though. But like, I'm to the point where I like edit out my own breathing in my cat hair in all of my like recordings, so I guess take that with a grain of salt. Well, I didn't actually get scammed, Danny, but I did wrestle. Actually, yeah, you should probably go watch that because they have a pretty funny outfit. It's even worse than giving up wrestling. Not for him. So Taichi's allergic to buckwheat. Guess we'll need to be more careful about what we eat from now on. Still nothing from Tamiya, too. Looks like Toma's gonna be stuck in that meeting all day, just like he said. And also, there's a lot of cat hair on my face. Oh, Haruka? What's the rush? You could have really gotten hurt if I wasn't paying attention. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just thought I'd get some groceries for dinner. Perfect, I'll come with you. Oh, you don't need to do that, Uncle Kaz. I'm sure you're tired after your trip down here. Oh, and all that wrestling, too. You should relax. I'm gonna go meet my boyfriend. I mean, do groceries. I actually feel pretty fine. That's what you say now, but you'll be complaining later if you don't have any downtime. See you later, Uncle Kaz. That was strange. I wonder if she's really going shopping. Wait, she's not going on a date, is she? Let me go bring my shotgun. I feel like I shouldn't spy on her, but I also I don't want to know. I feel like maybe she's like making a surprise for us. I feel like I shouldn't spy on her. I'm not gonna spy on her. I'm not gonna do it. What am I thinking? I can't spy on her. Besides, she's getting to be that age. Going on a date here or there might not be the worst thing in the world for her. Even so, I should probably be there to protect her if anything happens. No! No, I can't spy on my kids. That'd be a nice walk on the beach. Will take my mind off this. I love how it like has the exasperated no as an option. Don't spy on her, but prepare a shotgun just in case. Exactly. We just want to talk to them. Yes. Make sure she's not mugged. The town is full of muggers. That is true. To be fair, I feel like I should teach her how to fight anyway. She's like my daughter. Like, I adopted her. Uncle Kaz, have you seen Haruka? Do you have cat hair in your mouth? No? Yeah, just now. She said she was going shopping. Darn, I must have just missed her. She forgot a shopping list on the table too. Knowing Haruka, I'm sure she has the whole thing memorized, but maybe I should run after her just in case. Wait, I'll give it to her! Huh? But you just got back. I don't mind going if you're too tired, Uncle Kaz. I was actually just thinking of taking a walk downtown anyway. It's been way too long. But it was just 3 days. Yeah, well, it felt a lot longer than that. Either way, I could use a nice walk. If you say so. Here. Thanks, Hayako. I'll make sure she gets it. I tried, okay? I tried. We made this quest, and by God, you're going to do it. Clearly, I'm not allowed not to do this. As long as it isn't Burger Incel. Imagine. To be fair, Burger Incel finally got a date. So do I just go to the market? Is that what I do? Because, like, that's where she would go, right? Wait, who's sighing? No? No one? Okay. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, ah ha 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 to you too, sir. Haruka! Haruka! I don't want to spy on her, but... However... Haruka! Haruka! There's no marker, so I'm assuming I have to go and, like, find her in the most logical places? Is this a logical place? I don't know. The CEO's nephew designed his quest, so we can't skip it. At least they gave me the option to say no. Only to immediately disregard it, but they gave me the option. He doesn't look that irate, he just looks constipated. Also, he got one shot. Okay, fine, let me get this. And just do that instead. Bye. What are you thinking, sir? Hiya! 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 Just because it's funny. I've got the moral high ground, exactly. Exactly. I tried to do the right thing. I hope the show owners pay their insurance out of Kiryu's back. I am their insurance. They asked me for help before. They can't be mad if something happens. Especially if someone dies. That's not my fault. Okay, so... this town, everyone wants to fight me? I don't know how anyone gets anything done in this place. I really don't. Oh, right. You're one of those. Stop it! Oh, fine. I'll stand in your face. Just this once, I'll stand in your face. No, I want to grab this so I can beat you to death with it. I mean, so I can non-lethally slap you in the face? With a tire iron? Link? It's fine, you're fine. Oh, you're a fishy place. Okay, so she's not here. Town is dedicated to worshipping corn. This entire town. Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne! If I was Haruka, where would I go? Would I go somewhere shady? Maybe she went somewhere shady. She's clearly not here. What about one of these scary side alleys? Very shady. No? Are you sure? Okay, so not here. What about... There's just a random bloke standing there. Should I talk to you? Editor, Kitty-san, I'm so glad you showed up. Remember me? I'm the editor for Shonen 5. Oh, I forgot about you. I forgot about this man. Haruka's just opening a host club behind her back, and locker keys, it's #1. So in Tokyo then. Hey, kind of surprised you're really here waiting for me here. Man, I can't believe I forgot to ask for your cell phone number. Silly me. I was starting to give up hope on ever seeing you again. So, how's our manga artist? Did you find Hirano's address? I did. There's just one problem. What is it? Hirano-san's relatives aren't famous doctors, but famous pharmacists. Guess you had the wrong information then. Yeah, for sure. In any case, the Hirano family pharmacy is in that nearby shopping arcade, but we may not want to head there just yet. Why? Is there some sort of problem? Well, earlier, I thought I saw Hirano-san standing in front of the train station. I think he's here in Okinawa. You sure it was him, and not someone who just looks like him? I'm sure of it. I wish I could have chased after him, but I had to wait here in case you showed up. He was wearing that giant backpack he always wears. There's no mistake in that. Fine, but even if that guy with the backpack was Hirano, what's he doing in Okinawa? I don't know, but he didn't look happy. I couldn't help feeling even more worried about him. I feel terrible asking you to do this, Kiryu-san, but please, would you go meet with Hirano-san's family? What, alone? Does that mean you're going after Hirano? I know I should probably ask you to find Hirano-san, but I'm his editor. I've got to help him. I don't think we could convince his parents of anything if something terrible happened to Hirano. Shouldn't you be more worried about getting Hirano-san's manga serialized in Shonen 5? I'm more than just an editor. I'm a human being. And as a human being, I've got to look out for one of my own. Said no manga editor ever. Besides, I'm the one who brought Hirano-san into the wonderful world of manga. Ah, the wonderful world of manga. If something happened to Hirano-san, I don't think I could ever be an editor again. Damn, I thought you were only worried about your job, but underneath all that, your spirit is manly as hell. Ugh. I'll look for Hirano-san. Please explain the whole situation to Hirano-san's parents. Alright, I will. I don't know where they are. But definitely somewhere. Oh, this is shady. Oh wait, no, that's that shady place. We know about this shady place already. I need a different shady place. Wait, where does that... Oh, that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so it's not this shady place. Alright, we'll look in... the one supermarket that's kind of around here, sort of. Wait, aren't you that English person? Oh no, you look even angrier, dang. Calm down. Would you be at the burger place? Are you smiling at burgers? You are not smiling at burgers. I don't know if there's any country where an editor would get involved in my life. I think it'd be Japan. Oh, they don't care enough, unfortunately. I wish. What about up at the key place? No? Not here. Dear Lord, where's this girl gone? She's definitely somewhere very shady. And maybe a little bit inaccessible. Yeah, you're not here either. It'd be very upsetting if I have to activate something else to actually see her. Okay, so not there. Huh. Well, then we'll go to the other side of town. Which I think we can agree is definitely the seediest part. He's a pharmacist, not a doctor. Oh, you did not... You did not just... Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. You are even called doctor. Thank God these interiors don't have Witcher 1 loading times. Imagine. We just have to go and look around the swamp for a bit. I'll step on your face. I don't want to use another bar. He's dead already. Like his shirt! Speaking of burgers, I ordered Kata some burgers because she didn't know what to get for dinner. Only sent her the confirmation once I did, and she called me a bitch for doing it. She called you a bitch for buying you burgers! Okay, no, that's inconceivable. How dare. I would never call someone who buys me burgers a bitch. Ever. I'd say thank you for the burgers more, please. Did she pull a Siri? Maybe. I don't know where she went. Maybe she went to the Ryuda family office, actually. Okay, well, this was a shady place. Clearly not shady enough. Are you in Aqua Sky? Are you getting drunk, Haruka? If you're gonna pull a Siri, at least do something useful with your time. Hold on. They all look the same. Everyone here is the foreigner. Ah, the loving bitch. Of course. Fussel, you're such a cute little bitch. She's not used to other people buying stuff for her. Let's collectively get together and buy her like a whole bunch of burgers. She'll never see it coming. Girl, where the hell are you? I ordered burger because Munzo told me so. I'm having macaroni again. Do we not like macaroni anymore? Finish the burger first and then insult the... Yeah, I kind of figured you were gonna fight me because you look kind of weird. I think he's just over it. Macaroni in a pot, yes! I made macaroni for a full week. Like, I literally made 7 days of macaroni. Can you not? I'm trying to... Fine, I'll grab your friend. See how you like that? I want to step on your face now, please. And I'm going to step on your face twice, because dang. You don't want to be scared after I stepped on your friend's face and then, you know, killed everyone else? You don't want to be a little bit scared? You should be. Okay, I don't want it twice. It's fine. I'm good. A bunch of burgers. The pyramids. Would you be mad if I sent you a bunch of burgers? I don't think so. I don't think anyone would be mad at having a bunch of burgers all of a sudden. Found a nice place there. 2 burgers plus chips, condiments, and a drink for 10. That's quite nice. Dang, okay. Yeah, no, that's... Yo, that's a steal. You're making me want burgers. You should order a burger. Okay, I cannot find this woman. Shinzi, she's not a woman. She's like a little girl. I know that. But I can't find her either way. Just saying. I don't know where she is. Does the quest say anything about this? Is it a sub-story thing? I feel like it isn't. Haruka went shopping, but something seems wrong. I should follow her and see what's up. Well, I would. It's just I have no idea where she is. So I'm gonna go find a pharmacy, I guess. Burgers it is today. And burgers... Oh no, don't do that. Hey, you know what? Have burgers today and then treat yourself with sushi tomorrow. Let's go. Are you a pharmacy? While you do drugs. Hirano's father. Well, there we go. Welcome. What can I get for you? Drugs, apparently. Drugs. Burger and... We're gonna make burgers too, aren't we? We actually... You know what? We still have a bunch of beef. We're gonna put burgers on the list for next week. We are. My son? You know my son, Tsutomi? Yeah, I do. The truth is, something crazy happened to him in Tokyo. Something crazy? Is Tsutomu alright? What happened? It's fine. Some people would think this is good news, actually. Oh, so we do black out to tell him this. I see. Best deal I ever got was 2 medium pizzas, cheese and or pepperoni for 10 Canadian dollars. You bought pizzas for fake money. That's actually a really, really, really good deal. Dang. A pop-up specialist burger place was opening up today in my local town between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. The audacity it had to be during stream time and not when I was in town earlier. Oh, buddy. Look, I would absolutely understand if you would skip stream to get some specialist burgers. Like, can you imagine getting mad at that? No way. I already have goulash in the oven, so burgers on top of that might be overkill. That's why you plan it for tomorrow, Doc. I had to make a sacrifice for Monday. I will be late, but in exchange, I get told my thesis topic, and you'll celebrate with a burger afterwards. I'm sorry, cool stuff. I still think y'all should just, like, collectively move out of Munich. It was really good pizza. I need to make my own pizza again. I haven't made my own pizza in a really long time. He won the Shonen 5 grand prize? I know you might not think it's a great accomplishment, but in the manga world, this is a really big deal. He's like, I love it. I love manga. I don't know that much about manga, but I do know this. There are hundreds of thousands of people aspiring to become professional manga artists. Only hundreds of thousands? Well, we can up that number a bit. It's incredible that your son and his manga were chosen out of the many hopefuls. Hell, even the kids I'm looking after reached Shonen 5. One of them wanted to read it so badly, he asked me to pick up his copy while I was in Tokyo so he could read it early. And despite that, your son is trying to throw away his dream of becoming a manga artist because of what you might think. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a doctor, but his dream of becoming a manga artist is just as good. It's my fault. I put so much pressure on him. You wanted him to be a doctor, right? That's right. For generations, every member of our family has followed a career in medicine, whether that meant being pharmacists, nurses, or medical researchers. Despite that, not one of us has ever become a doctor. I'm sorry, Dr. Obvious. I'm sorry. I need to pack my pizza stone. You have a pizza stone? Boy. You have an amazing new kitchen. You're all doctors. We're giving you your doctorate degrees, don't worry. So that's why you were hoping your son would become a doctor. Tsutomu had the grades and the potential to become a doctor. I made sure he wasn't distracted by anything silly when he was young. He needed to focus on his studies after all. Helicopter dad! Helicopter dad! And manga was one of those silly things. That's right. Tsutomu always loved to read manga. Truth be told, I bought him lots of manga when he was a child, but as soon as he started junior high, I made him throw away his entire collection. He had hundreds of manga volumes. I'm sorry, sir, did you not want to resell that? Did you not want to resell the hundreds of manga volumes? Because, like... You should, is what I'm saying. I don't know much about manga, but I do know this. At least he doesn't get paid in exposure, right? It's valid. There's actually a lot more people that are doctors, loneliest, that are not. That think they are, but they're not, but they are. Does that make sense? Yeah. Man kind of looks like Mads Mikkelsen, but like dead inside. Ah. And you made him throw away every last one of the garbage? Not the garbage. I made him throw them into the Kabuchi River. And you litter. My guy, my dude, my boy. The audacity of this whole bitch. I thought that doing so would make him hate manga and focus more on his studies. Yeah, his dad making him throw away the manga that he loves into the river will definitely make him hate manga and not the dad who made him do it. Has he lost his entire mind? Like, no wonder you think you're not a doctor. You just don't know basic anything. Just in general. No surprise he's reacting the way he is now. Yeah, you're a dumbass. If Tsutomu really is going to throw away this amazing opportunity, then it's all my fault. Yes, it is. Father of the Year, Parenting 101 by Hirano's father, who doesn't even get a name. He's clearly not a doctor of psychology. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, you're really dumb. Any father would want their son to fulfill the dreams he couldn't fulfill himself. No! No, Kiryu! Bad! Bad! Okay, this is literally like... Y'all ever watch... What is it? Those beauty pageant nonsense things where mothers will put their 5-year-old kids on stage in pretty dresses? Like 100% all of those moms were like, I couldn't be a model, so my kid has to be one. Wah. Like... Come on! Come on! Stop it. Let your kids be what your kid wants to be. Like, if you were so bad you couldn't be a doctor, you couldn't be a model, like, first of all, you still can. It doesn't matter if you're not young anymore. You just, no, you can be an older model. People need older models. They do. They need those. Do that instead of, like, screwing over your child psychologically, please. If it made Jin's omnipotent, she'd just turn into a goddess of death and judgment. 100%. Like, I have too much rage inside of me. Never give me godly powers. You did what to the birthday cake? You did what to your kids? No wonder he's a pharmacist stuck in a backwater town. Beauty pageants, there's child abuse. Facts. Facts. Arwen is actually still here for that cat candy. Arwen? Arwen, do you want a candy? And she's like, I'm sitting in front of the fan. Leave me be. Whee! She's like staring at it. But I'm sitting in front of the fan. Well, it's there for her now. Imagine being so bad you can even... Listen, he's not... He is a doctor, but he doesn't know it because he's too dumb for that. It's not like you, Litsa. You're smart. Like soccer moms. Like soccer moms. Doesn't help that most of those moms look like a mountain of beef. Whistle! Bitch. Wow. Hi, Vargas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Listen, I'm not gonna force my cat to eat the candy. I'm not a soccer mom. This pharmacy looks more like a night shop. Like, he's just selling drugs. Drugs. It's not like that. My lifelong dream was... It was... to be a manga artist. Huh? You okay? What was your dream? It's nothing. My dream doesn't matter. You're right, it doesn't. Okay, now I'm just being mean. If Tsutomu wants to follow his dream of becoming a manga artist, then I don't want him to give it up for nothing. He definitely wanted to be a manga artist himself, let's be honest. I wouldn't want to work with this man. We don't. Why is mobile Twitch so awful? Twitch in general. Let's be honest. Twitch in general. That must have been just like that. We are breaking the chain here and now. We are going to make Tsutomu happy. He's got a dream. I want him to chase after it. You might be able to make it in time. Huh? I think he's here in Okinawa. Someone saw a guy carrying that huge backpack of his... A backpack? I thought of something while we were talking. I think he's going to use the same method you made him use when he had to throw away all his manga. He's going to toss his dreams into the river. Ah, yes, definitely Dad of the Year. I wanted to become a dancer, but I became the next best thing. A pharmacist. Best advice I ever got from my parents? Give up on those dreams. Be miserable like us. Hi, Sinsama. Good afternoon. I'm sure I'm late for the party, but how fun is the only Flan's last decision? They're so dumb. Like, somebody posted a Simpsons meme under it with, like, Duff beer, where they were like, oh, we're gonna take the alcohol out of our beer, because I'm sure people buy Duff beer for the robust taste. And then, like, the same day they go out of business. Oh, God. That's what that reminds me of. OnlyFans can suck it, but apparently not anymore, but, like, you know what I mean. No, in the Kabuchi River? More than likely. What am I standing around here for, then? I've got to find Tsutomu! He's gonna yeet himself with the papers in there. Rip my OnlyFans. Do you actually have one, Adest? As long as you're not doing the sexy times, I think it's fine. I still think everyone should just leave, just to make a point. Now he's reenacting that trauma, yeah? Now the dad just really knows what he's doing. When I say know what he's doing, I mean, like, how to ruin a young boy's dreams. It's Tumblr 2.0. I was thinking of Tumblr. Okay, I'll beat you up. If you're yelling at me, I'm gonna do it. Quick, leave the store! I should have, actually. His father was like, polluting is okay as it encourages you not to follow your dream. That's all you need, just not follow your dreams. I'm genuinely asking at us, do you have an OnlyFans or not? Hiya! Step in your face. Some people pay for that. What, there were only 2 of you? You were trying to take me on? Really? Boy, you are dumb. Here, have my top quality charcoal. I don't need that. I don't think they're gonna throw you off at us if you do. I think it's like as long as it's not lewd sex X or something. Like it can't be actual porn. I think that was like the baseline of it. Great opportunity to open a very similar website to OnlyFans. I don't know. Like at this point, like it's because of sites like Pornhub getting all their investors pulled as well, right? But I don't get why. Like, here's the thing I don't understand. Sex work is as old as human beings, and somehow, for some reason, there's still so many humans who are like, no, it's icky, you can't do sex work isn't real work, get it away from me. And in the meantime, like, they're all jacking it to porn anyway. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're all doing it. There isn't a single soul on this planet who has never seen porn and enjoyed it. Don't lie to me. If you're telling me you didn't, you're lying to me. You're a filthy, dirty liar. How dare you? So just accept it. Like, and it's not like it's easy to be good at OnlyFans work. Like, the entire marketing that comes with it, actually creating the content is still difficult as well. Like, it's not, if it was really that easy to make bank to just go on OnlyFans and post like your nude folder on there, then everyone would be doing it. Let's be honest. I remember not too long ago get OnlyFans ads on YouTube. Yeah, like, well, stop trying to make it, you know what, it is already wholesome. It is already wholesome. Laughs nervously. Sluts. Aww. Rip my OnlyFans. I'm sorry, Litza. Are these companies making a profit already? Yeah, that's the thing. They're already fucking their creators. No pun intended, but they are. Porn is evil. Ah, so evil. Oh. Humanity really needs to get over it. Gotta expand your markets, and there are more families with children, so we gotta go family friendly. Well then, like, they're still not gonna go on your site, though. Like, they've already built themselves up as a porn site. Kids are not, like, parents are not gonna want their kids to be on there. If kids want to be on there, though, they're gonna do it anyway. If I had a nice physique, I'd definitely make an OnlyFans. Like, just get your bag. People would be so much safer if it was just allowed. Exactly. I've never seen porn. Liar! Danny, how dare you lie to me in my chat? How dare you? I'm so disappointed in you. As your mother. Oh. It's wholesome because the sex workers are their own bosses. Exactly. Even then, like, what's more genuine than being your own boss and your work being your own body itself? When you're right. I returned to Point Heikels there, sorry. We had to talk a little bit about OnlyFans, because, like, for the people that are not aware, OnlyFans is banning, like, sexually explicit content on their site, and y'all know what OnlyFans is known for. Please. OnlyFans. How do I end up on there? Like, how could I? Who can I call? Ghostbusters? Looks for family-friendly disclaimer. No, my stream no longer has family-friendly in the tags. Like, I'm going back to my roots, let's be honest. If I want to talk about stuff, I'm going to talk about stuff. Same with that Canadian red-black theme Facebook, and then comes payment providers to correct that. It's always the payment providers. The payment providers and, like, the advertisers, they're always making things difficult. Like, the people that fund the place, basically. But it's so dumb, because the people that make the money are the creators. So, like, what are you going to do if all the creators leave? Like, OnlyFans is just vanilla garbage now. We don't want that. Oh, Danny. Sticking something in a tube. Excuse me. Small tube, cool stuff. OnlyFans website is going to turn into the OnlyFans Reddit. Like, we're just going to go back to private Snapchats, probably. Oh, Lutz. But were your friends? Guys, it's time to finally start my OnlyFans, but it just picks up my doing one cute thing a day. My cat. I was considering that, making like an OnlyFans, calling it My Pussies. Just have pictures of Arwen and Lily doing very cute cat things. No, I don't want to. Okay, so like the thing is, Grulian, I don't want to like talk about sex all the time. I don't want to curse all the time. Because I don't like doing that. But like when it's a topic like this, I think it's a kind of a big deal, because it is making a lot of people lose a lot of stream of income as well, which is not cool. It's not cool. OnlyFans 2.0 with blackjack and hookers. Exodus Cry are the ones that went after payment providers, put the gun to the head of OnlyFans. I don't understand why. I feel like you're just losing money doing that. Like, it's obvious that sex sells. Like, and again, you're not going to get the wholesome families to go on the site now all of a sudden. Do it, Rooks. Do it anyway. I'll need to start linking my Venmo and my SC. Yeah, like, actually, Edest, and This is something that I saw someone do on TikTok. Is someone who links, who's like, oh, these are wholesome TikToks, but I also do not safe for work. I think it's like ASMR or something on their Patreon. Like, as long as you're a little bit on the down low about it, I think you can probably get away with it. I'm just saying. Only cats. OnlyFans will crash like Tumblr. I think so too. I honestly think so too. Like, Tumblr didn't... I don't know what they were thinking either. See, coming that browsers might do something for this market. I just need somebody to stick to their guns and actually stick up for sex workers. Because for too long at this point, they've just been exploited by everybody and then thrown to the side once they wanted, like, more advertisers and they wanted to step into the big world. And it's like, shut up. Like, who got you here? Who got you here? Let's be honest. Ark, welcome back. Thanks so much for the resub. Hello. Hello, hello. So yeah, we're having a serious discussion in like the middle of our Yakuza stream. I'm so sorry. I bet the person who sold OnlyFans IP is laughing his her ass off right now. Probably. If people want to watch porn or pay for sex stuff, let them. Exactly, let them. Like, I don't, again, like, as an asexual myself, I don't watch porn anymore, but like, I'm not gonna tell people not to watch porn. Like, I used to watch it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like, I think like the main thing is that everyone's always ashamed of it, right? Like, when somebody watches porn, in the back of their head, because society has kind of like trained you to feel this way, you feel like you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be watching porn, and this is a bad thing, and this is a sinful thing, and blah, 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 blah. And like, because of that, it always pushes sex workers and sex work to like the bottom layer where, you know, in the bit, a little bit in the shade, a little bit in the darkness, where people don't know, you don't tell people you're watching it, and like we all know you are. Like, everybody knows, but you're not supposed to talk about it. It's like with money, where it's like, oh, you don't discuss your salary. You know why you don't discuss your salary? It's because... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm moving to just chatting for like 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Because like at this point where it is... Right. So, let me full screen that real quick. Oh, now you can definitely see how blue it is. Right. So the reason you don't discuss your salary is literally just because the employers don't want you to know how much anybody else makes. So the moment like John from accounting tells Ben also from accounting that, you know, he makes, I don't know, 50K a year, and then Ben from accounting is like, what? I only make 30K. And then John is like, well, we better unionize. Like, that's what they're trying to avoid. And like, it seeps into everything. Because like in my family, we didn't talk about money. We were never allowed to talk about money. The moment you talked about money, there's like a bad form, and like, you don't talk about your salary because why? Who benefits from that? Like, are people uncomfortable when you talk about money? Why? You need to know so you can base like your own numbers on something. You need to know if you're exploited. You need to know if someone else is exploited. And then if you realize that you make more money than your counterparts for no good reason, you need to have their back. And the fact that it's not allowed in a lot of companies, you're not even allowed to talk about it, like it's in your contract, is asinine and garbage. And it's the same thing that seeps into everything else. Like, sex work is included in this. People don't want to talk about sex work. They don't want to know you're a sex worker. Like, if you are a sex worker and you tell somebody, they will give you the side eye every single time. They'll be like, that's not a real job. Or like, well, it's just because you have to pay for college, right? And like, then they try to hide it afterwards. And especially like in Japan, this is a thing as well, but this is every country. If they find out online that you were a sex worker in like your long far away past, right? You're 40 at this point, and you're trying to get a job at some law firm, and they find your name on the internet as having done sex work, you're bust. Like, you're not getting anything because they can't have that besmirch their reputation. And it's like, I'm sorry. People have sex, Janet. People fuck. That's what they do. That's where babies come from. Would you like no one to fuck? Because if that happens, Janet, the human race dies out. We'll die. Who's gonna take care of you, Janet, when you're very old and there are no babies because everyone stopped fucking? I hate it. Like, anyway, I just had to get that off my chest a little bit. Like, people need to stop. People need to stop. Just accept that it's a part of life. It has been a part of life since forever. Okay. So many potentially good teachers got run out of a good career because they had some naughty pictures. Yeah, and every time, this is like a politics thing as well, right? Y'all remember that one lady? And I do not remember her, but she had like some good points, and then somebody found out that she had nudes on the internet from like really, really long ago, and she didn't even publicize those nudes. They were just nudes that she sent to her partner at the time, and then that partner revenge porned her, and she had to step down from her political career because she sent nude pictures at one point to her partner privately. And when I tell you that women are like, they pay double for this for some reason, when men are out here just sending dick pics to whoever the hell doesn't want it, because we don't. Consent, kids. Swear to God. And also, here's the thing. Listen, I'm just gonna say this right now, and this might be a little less of a popular opinion. I don't think you should ever send your partners, well, how do you call this? Electronic pictures like that? Don't do it. If your partner asks you, hey, do you want to tape us having sex? Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it, because you don't know what they're going to do with it. They have you physically. They can see you. Like, whenever you like. Don't do it, because at this point, you don't know where it's going to go. And that's the problem. Once we get past that, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Who can sneak in there and steal it? Exactly. Like, again, because, like, what happened to that politician was, like, completely beyond her control, right? She was dating that person. She was like, yeah, this is safe. I can give them this thing. And then they just, like, saved it to then blackmail them with later on. Like, imagine, like, and this would all be solved so easily if we could just all get over the fact that sex exists, but okay. I don't open dick pics. Like, if somebody, like, on Instagram, if people send me a picture, I never open it. I just don't. What if I want my videos to leak? Okay, that's on you. If that's your marketing strategy, go off. I want us to stand down because our ex did revenge porn while we have a prime minister who's a serial cheater and no one knows for sure how many children he has with how many women. Like, men have the audacity and get away with it. And that's another thing, because this comes up so often. Women, sorry, let me rephrase that. People who have a uterus will have a period. Yeah, I hate it. It fucking sucks. But there's nothing we can do about it unless we tear some shit out, which we don't want to do all the time. But period products are not, they're not covered by anything. Not anything. You know what is? Fucking Viagra. So a man wanting to optionally get their dick up, yeah, we'll cover that. We got you. But a person with a uterus having something unavoidable every single month, no. We're not going to deal with that. No. That's too much. I have a lot of problems with the world. Can you tell? Hi, Yitta. We're having a little bit of a talk. What about all the nice eggplant cool vibe grew on our balcony? I wanted to show you. You can show me those. Those look nice, I'm sure. See, Gurulian, you always say that. Like, people say this a lot, right? Let's not call these people men. Let's call them boys. But they're not. They're men. These are men. And I think whenever someone's like, oh no, they're boys, we don't accept them as men, that's not enough. It's not enough, because they are men. They are grown men. And calling them boys kind of lets them get away with it. It kind of infantilizes them to the point where it's like, oh, they're just boys. Like, you know, they're messing up. They're idiots. They're fools, whatever. They're men, and they need to be held accountable for the shit they pull. And, like, women can try to do that. Like, can try, but it has to be other men that step up, really. Like, it has to be other men. That's the problem. And other men have, like, a difficult time standing up for, you know, for marginalized people in general, for women, for, you know, for LGBTQ plus people, like, everyone. I don't know what to do about that, but we can talk about it, I guess. Well, unless it is like literally the people in the friends group that call out the behavior inside of that friend group, it's not going to change. That's the problem. Are the billionaires going to make a living if these products are covered? I hate it. Yeah, it does. It does, Litza. I can find you the article if you're interested. If you're interested. This is the economy better. It's just locker room banter, exactly. Like the boys will be boys nonsense. Let's not. You have a period, you pay taxes on those products. Yeah, you pay heckin' taxes on it. Not on food, but on period. No. Like, did they expect us to just sit on the toilet for like a week straight so we don't have to pay for it? I don't like that saying about they are boys. My 10-year-old nephew is a boy and I've seen him treat girls and women way better than a lot of men. Exactly. It's all about how you hold yourself. At the perspective of they're not worth the label because they're irresponsible and idiots. Didn't mean the boys will be boys arguments. No, I get where you're coming from completely, Grulian. But like I say, it infantilizes them. And that absolves them of some part of the blame in that case. Like, because, you know, there are a lot of men that I know personally that do their best to stand up for other people. Like they are really, really trying. But unless the general consensus changes, it's just never going to go anywhere. Like it has to be all of us. And it's slow, but I do feel like per generation, hopefully it gets a little bit better. Costa. Something nice about the Blizzard lawsuit has been seeing all those men angry about it. Like they should all be angry. Like obviously at the men involved. I hate when they talk about college players and call them kids. They're young, but they're adults. Yeah, like it's language like that. Like that one time where rapist Brock Turner did something terrible. And like his dad tried to excuse it by saying something like, oh, so much jail time for 3 minutes of action or something like that. Like how revolting do you have to be to say that? Like sex is not treated equally when it comes to men and women. It really doesn't. And like he got away with it basically. He basically got away with it. That's the most gnarly part about this. I hate that boys will be boys excuse. I have 3 boys. You just gotta raise them right. Exactly, Governator. Exactly. It's about how you raise them. Like if you, from the start, raise your sons and daughters to be respectful of other people because it's women can be terrible people all the same. Raise your kids to be just a good person. You know, you are there molding that soul. A child does not get born evil. You mold that into them. So when people that don't do that, like Governator, let's just call them dicks instead. Exactly, Twillian. Let's just do that instead. Oh, that one got held for cucks. I see that. Some men who try to get called cucks, and whatnot, or white knights, loneliest. Like whenever a man does stand up for other people, it's like, oh, you're a white knight, or you're a cuck, or you're a simp. Like they don't want to deal with it. That's the thing. Changing the status quo is so difficult because it means some people lose power. That's it. Like the people that are currently, they hold the most power, lose power when the status quo changes. 3 minutes for him, an eternity for her. Exactly. And yes, you may, Carnwork. I also hate the whole if a man does sex work or sleeps with a lot of women, he's seen as a hero and praised, but with a woman doing it, she's being called various things. Yeah, although weirdly in sex work, I think men, they face much the same stigma and almost worse. And obviously don't pin me down on that, but when a man is open about doing sex work, I feel like they get judged weirdly harsh by other men. Like almost because for a woman it is acceptable, like obviously she's doing sex work, but when a man does it, it's like they're degrading themselves. And I don't know why that's a thing. Like men are people with libidos and bodies. Like I don't know why it has to be different, but there we are again. Society, we live in a society. Okay, let's accept for you. Let's not forget it gets the other way around too. Like a poor who gets raped by an older woman. Oh my god, yes. And like, oh, the boy is lucky, Kulsa. Like, oh yeah, because the teacher was hot and then she gets no jail time. Exactly. No, I agree. Exactly, Marcus. Jesus Christ, your son is just a monster. People now in power don't really lose it. They just make appearance that someone loses power while they stay and laugh. That's the thing. Matt. Is it, do you want to be called Matt or Jan? Let me know. Like, that's because the status quo isn't really changing. But if it actually genuinely changes, when all the workers get unionized, you know, when people are actually treating each other with respect, when the middle class stops looking at, like, the lower class who have to get benefits and things as, like, the people stealing their jobs and their money and, like, mooching, and instead realizes that it's the billionaires who are doing all the mooching, that's what they're scared of. Like, that change, that actual affected change, because they realize, I'm sure very well, that, you know, the power of the people lies in numbers. So if we actually work together, if we actually combined our strength and become, like, you know, Voltron or whatever, there'd be little they could do to stop us. But that's why they pit us against each other. That's why they're like, oh yes, look at those immigrants. They're coming to steal our job. Oh, look at those poor people. They're taking benefits and it's all your money. Oh, look at the social care. Oh, they're all taking your money. You're paying for this. Like, as long as they can keep us fighting by having us believe those things that are all lies, they'll be fine. And it's why they want to keep us angry. Male porn actors are paid less. Are they really? Other men are jealous. Yeah, they're getting it all. I think men also don't get believed when they're assaulted sexually, maybe less so. Yeah, like whenever a man comes forward and they're like, well, you know, this happened to me. There are a few cases I followed about that. Like currently the Amber Heard case with Johnny Depp. Like the amount of evidence there is that Amber Heard was actually physically and probably mentally abusing Johnny Depp is mounting. But the amount of cases Johnny loses against her for no good reason is also mounting. Like, and she's a monster. She's like verifiably a monster. I don't get it. I think there will always be some difference between the sexes. Absolutely. Like, that's the thing. We need to like understand each other and work with that instead of like putting each other down for like various things, various made up things. Put me in horny jail. Oh, that's never. Not today. Today we are all getting out of horny jail. For men in sex work, it also expected to film both hetero and homosexual content that might also dampen their reputation. Yeah. Yeah, and it's acting. It's like, you know, it's the whole point. I shall not, Governator. You can't make me. Hello there, Lotus. I'm sorry. You caught us in the middle of like heavy conversations. Today's a heavy conversation kind of day. What can I say? Oh, Yakuza is like darkening out. It's like, are you still gonna play or? The only thing that's taking jobs away is automation, which is influenced mostly by billionaires again. That means the owner can, instead of paying a slave wage, they don't have to pay it all. Like, Amazon fucking scares me. Straight up. Because Amazon is now starting to open, or like, they're thinking probably about opening like the big block stores. Amazon is straight up taking over everything. If there's ever going to be like a Terminator type takeover, it's going to be Amazon in some capacity. I don't know what capacity, but it's gonna. It's gonna. I think at least half the girls I've seriously dated has a horror story with men. Oh, I have many. It's not surprising, unfortunately. And there's the whole looking down of refugees, which, like, I don't even get that because, like, one, they're people. Two, most of the reasons that they are refugees in general is because of us. We doing that. What's stopping you from starting an OnlyFans account? I don't want one. Like, that's the thing. There needs to be freedom either way. I don't want one. That's it. I'm also asexual, so I think for me, I wouldn't really be able to make very good content in general. You still need someone who checks the code for the automation? One person who messes it up immediately. If only the benefits of automation benefited the workers. But no, it never does. Like, if we had universal basic income, maybe. Amazon wants to own everyone, and they kind of already do. What do you think? There's a new billionaire space race. Here's the thing, Arksung, because I read a whole thread about this. That's never going to be possible for them either way. Like right now, to keep one dude in space takes a whole team on the ground, and it's not pleasant. It's not comfortable, and I don't believe for a single second that it's going to happen in their lifetime. Not even once. For a man to actually set foot in the industry is extremely hard. You either have a massive forearm glued to your lower body, or you bring a couple of women with you to get a shot. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Also, a third of the internet runs on Amazon's infrastructure. Yeah, and a lot of things you just literally can't buy anymore unless you use Amazon. I hate it. I think the Netherlands doesn't really... Krulian, please confirm, because I looked this up when I was in the Netherlands. I usually used bol.com. I don't think we even had Amazon in the Netherlands, but like that might have changed by now. I'm all about universal basic income, especially in America. If we don't do it soon, things will be very bad. Yeah, and like it's very much possible. It has been possible since forever. But billionaires. Space race is just a dick measuring content, 100%. Asexual OnlyFans account would be the best thing ever. Posting a video like, doing the laundry with Nick and nothing else happens. See, this is why I was going to make an OnlyFans with my cats. And just title it, Jinzy's Pussies. Sorry, when I say it like that. You know what I mean? It's been growing in the Netherlands. Oh, I hate that. 1.5 years ago, so I literally left when they invaded. Awkward. What was the trigger for the current OnlyFans talk? I think Varkas came in and brought it up. Like, I wasn't really going to talk about it, but sometimes you just got to talk about it. I think other jobs like butcher, baker, mason, woodworkers need to be paid more again. I think so too. Like, people need to have an incentive to learn these crafts as well. And also have a nice dinner Costa. Ball's doing well. Amazon NL used to do very basic stuff like books, but Amazon NL has been increasing its product range a lot. Amazon Germany has always delivered to Netherlands anyway. Oh, rip. Right at the cat talk. No, don't worry. We're not talking about cats now. People would be like, wait, there's 2 of them. Yeah, they'd have to click for that. 128 years until we discover Carol and Mass Effect Relay. Be so funny if like aliens, they've already been looking at us and they were like, we're not touching that with like a 50 light year pole. Medical care job especially. Like, I think that every population in the world is graying right now. And you may correct me if I'm wrong, but like that's what I think. Like, especially in Japan, I know it. Like, the population is just graying because people aren't having enough kids. We talked about this earlier. People are not having enough kids. It's okay, Vargas. You know, we haven't had to sit down and talk for a while, so it's okay. The part that scares me from flirting with women is the fear that I'll unknowingly say or do something that'll make me someone else's horror story. You know, as long as you're not like, okay, no, I shouldn't probably say that because you don't know that you don't know. You don't know what might be triggering for anybody. I think it's just important to stay respectful at all times. And if you feel like you're crossing someone's boundaries, just ask. I feel people don't ask enough either, in general. I'm pretty sure that has happened. Aliens looked at us and just noped out of coming out of here. They're like, why are they being so weird about their reproductive systems? I don't understand. I'm leaving. You know, OnlyFans like, a wife gets a foot job, then you get an actual foot massage. Okay, Energizer, but you joke about that. But there are plenty of foot fetishists who would probably love to watch me get a foot massage and put it on OnlyFans. So, you know. Hi, ADC. Welcome. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the resub. Hello. Sorry, we're talking about OnlyFans today and sex work in general, etc. and so forth. There's also a very large line between being nice and saying stupid shit. Exactly. And I know that if you're on a spectrum, it is a little bit harder sometimes to read those cues, but that's why I always feel like it's important to ask and be open immediately about your struggles, maybe. Man, can you believe they don't talk to each other about their salaries? Yeah, they ain't ready for this. No, they're not. So many people confuse flirting with just being nice, a normal human being. Yeah, like the friend zone doesn't exist. It's just like, if you want to be friends with somebody, be friends with them. If you want to date them, be honest about that from the get-go. Don't be like, oh, I just want to be your friend. And then in the back of your head, you're like, oh, but then it's going to grow into something else. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Shut up. Just say you want to date somebody and get on with your life. Personally, I always thought that let's unban whatever sexy stuff, kids stuff, not for kids stuff is such a good way to keep your political position and bluff people that you're busy with a big problem instead of spending time correcting medical care issues. Yes, there's a lot of time spent, and the war on drugs is like one of the bigger ones. Like, I think most people by this point know that, one, the war on drugs was fake and started by the government just to make people look away from the actual problems. And two, that it's been going on and costing everyone a lot of money for no good reason whatsoever. You know where that money could have gone? Healthcare. Healthcare. Just saying. Shame sex workers are getting super screwed with the OnlyFans thing, right? And for no reason. Again, for no reason, because they built that site. And I don't think it's going anywhere without it. I think, like, the moment they are going to lose their big creators like Lena the Plug and people like that, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Do you think men and women can be friends? Absolutely. As long as you're honest. Again, you have to be honest. Hey, one time. What's up? Hello. We're talking about OnlyFans. I'm sorry. Don't tell Cole I did that. He's a family-friendly stream. Don't be manipulative. Exactly. War on drugs is the biggest crock of shit, and don't I know it? Like, what war? Exactly. I've asked permission, got turned down, but still got the comment. I'm glad you asked and didn't assume. Yes, because we do appreciate that. I think everyone does. Everyone does. And yeah, and they especially inserted that into the Black community as well. Not just, but also Latino communities, everything. Like, they were just trying to find a scapegoat again. Oh, what a surprise. I saw a male streamer, Hasanabi, watch a video about straight women being asked various sex-related questions, and the one question that sparked a revelation about our culture, the question was, can you explain how sex feels in a way a man would understand? I am not the person to answer that. As an asexual, I am not the person to answer that. You mean Nixon screwing over African Americans big time for a decade? Yeah, that one. And what Governor said. What's going on with OnlyFans? They are banning explicit sexual content, Sandias. You know the thing they're known for? That thing? That thing. My day is going quite well, thank you. I hope your day is this too, and I'm not currently ruining it. Nick doesn't have an OnlyFans, but if he did, he'd probably just be him playing retro games, so just his stream, I guess. I laughed a bit when someone posted that the Taliban guys are now using American taxpayer cars and equipment. They are, though! They are! America, please! I do best with being direct and honest at all times from the start. Good! Issues that I feel that being direct from the beginning is viewed as being creepy. If that's the case, then you don't jive with that person. Like, Karnak, if you open up with someone, it's like, hey, I'm on the spectrum, this is my deal. Are you cool with that? And their reaction is that it's too much, then they're not going to be a good match for you either way. Because that's just how you are. You can't change yourself like that. I thought that it all was... That is all what OnlyFans was for. Yes, it is, Zandias. Like, let's be honest, people go to OnlyFans for the porn, and that's it. Like, nobody goes there to have wholesome family content. I hope... When Taliesin and Evitel met, he gave her his number, and I think this should be common practice when you give your number rather than asking someone for theirs. Yes, and like, hey, if you want to go do something, call me. Does he show his feet? I'm afraid not. I'm sorry, Celeste. I'm so sorry. I can't wait for the College Humor CEO OnlyFans to come. Oh my god, I hadn't even thought of that. Yes, that will be brilliant. That approach worked so well for Tumblr. The moment Tumblr made itself safe for work is the moment Tumblr died. Again, sex sells for a reason. One of the women's answers was, like, the relief you feel when you're peeing, but in reverse. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. The secret is that America has a piece of every pie. Yeah, and it's not a good thing. It never has been. To be fair, every Western country who has colonialized places is kind of like that. Like, the Netherlands is not... We are not blameless here. Tumblr who? Exactly. Call it Tumblr who? Sex sells. Look at the hot tub section. I still can't believe there's a hot tub section on Twitch now. It's hilarious. I love it. I love the memes that came from it. Like Geralt in a hot tub for like half an hour. The Great Spice Empire. Yes, we ruined everything as well. Like, we always like to say this. Canada does this too. So I live in Canada right now. And Canada has this thing where they're like, oh, we're not like America. We're better than America. We're the nice Americans. But Canada is just as bad. Don't ever let anybody tell you that Canada is like the land of maple syrup and nice people, because we're not. Oh my god, we're not. Like, I don't know how we're getting away with that. Like, I'm saying we now, but like, coming from the Netherlands, the only thing I ever knew about Canada was that everyone was so nice, and you know, whenever there's a zombie apocalypse, we all want to run for Canada. That's all I ever knew. And then I moved to Canada, and I learned some things, and wow. Wow. Canada has some issues. The hot tub thing is so weird because all of that would not be allowed until fairly recently. It's because Twitch doesn't know how to enforce and write their own guidelines. Really don't. Oh yeah, Ark. Oh yeah. And like, everyone's still trying to pretend it's not there. Canadian mining companies and just, died America? pretty high calorie diet, America. The land of maple syrup, nice people, and genocides. Yep. If there are humans, there are bad humans. Exactly. I think that's like the one thing that people need to start to accept. Like, there is no country that is like the nice country, the good country. Doesn't exist. We're all humans. We all kind of suck. Like, the sooner we get to come to terms with that, the better. I think I remember that YouTube used to have a feature where you paid to get access to view someone's channel, which was probably used for sexual content. I've never looked into that either. I know that Twitch used to have the option to have your stream go private. And I know they definitely did it there. It's still run to Canada if America's drops it. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's not so much about me saying I'm neurodivergent, it's more that flirting is confusing. Yeah, but like, if you're honest about that, then maybe they're okay with that. But like, you also, like, for you especially, you can't just dump somebody into that without telling them, because that'll just make it worse. I've read about people in Canada complaining about the current lack of housing and pricing. Yeah. Like, okay, since we were being open about money either way, so we bought a house that is going to be built in a year and a half for $600K. And that is a cheap house. It is the only house we managed to hold down while still being in the area for Nick's work. And like, that's because like the money is basically growing from Toronto. Like, right now we're like an hour-ish away from Toronto. We're going to be a little bit further away from Toronto. We could not find one in this town. We couldn't find one. Not even close. Like, if you want to buy a house in this town, it's over $1 million. And it's not even like big or anything. It's like just a house. And like, the only reason we could get this one done is because we had time to like start gathering money, I guess, for like another year and a half. Like, the fact that it was getting new built. This is the only reason we could get it for the cheap price of $600K. Like, that's how bad it is. It's all just lesser evils. Exactly, DC. Exactly. Even nature in Canada is losing out. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that as well. And it's like the one thing that's great about Canada is there's so much nature. People like to watch other beautiful persons, preferably naked, and whole world tries to ban this, and they're never gonna. I think they tried to ban porn at one point, and they failed so miserably. Like, it's just gonna go underground. What are you thinking? The whole residential school that Canada is trying to brush over, and like, almost they're succeeding, because people are stopping to talk about it now. We all love the Roman Empire. Oh yeah, the decadent years of the Roman Empire. The moment a country gets a reputation for being bad is when a conglomerate of bad individuals flock together and make their voices heard. Yeah, and like, it's so easy to bash on America because they're so openly fucking shit up, and everyone else is just the kind of hiding in the shadow of America, I swear. I may not like about it. Yeah, I feel the same way. Considering what I read, yeah, that's cheap. It is. And like, if we went any way further, like, Nick couldn't go to his job anymore, so we wouldn't be able to buy a house, period. Wasn't that YouTube Red? No, oh, actually, I don't know, actually. I know, like, YouTube Red right now, it was something else as well. You might be right, actually. You might be right. My fiance and I are saving to buy a house, and by the time we have our down payment in December, we'll be pushed out of London. Yeah, because things are getting more expensive because of the work from home thing, right? Like, Torontians are just moving to the countrysides at this point because, well, they can, and they have a lot of money to do that with. My house puts the one from the money pit to shame. Like, we're not even gonna have like a really big house, but we're gonna have a house. And like, we're already making contingency plans right now. We're like, well, you know, just in case it turns out we can't afford it, hopefully because it's done being built, we can sell it and then try to move to like stay in our apartment while we sell it. Like, it's a whole thing. The more something is tried to be banned for no good reason, the more people want to do it. Like, they should have learned, actually, from, oh, what's it called again? That time when they tried to ban alcohol? Like, look how that worked out. It heckin' didn't. America's the main bad apple. Exactly, exactly. They're like, oh, well, at least I only have like 50 bad apples. They have 51. Yeah, because I was looking weird. I'm sorry, Mo. We're talking about, like, life. Hi, Cole! Oh, my podcast? The one that I'm in? Guys, I'm doing a podcast with Cole. It's getting posted today. Y'all should go watch it. We talk about crap like this. Okay, we talk a little bit about crap like this. Not fully. We talk about streaming a lot. I say this as someone who you can consider a patriotic American. America! I never liked the whole, look, America bad, when it's like, yes, US is as big as the... That's another thing, like, right? Because the EU is made up of, like, a bunch of small countries, whereas the US is just seen as this big conglomerate of the US. Whereas every single state in America is just as different from each other as European countries are. So I feel like it's such a weird thing to just, like, kind of... I don't know how do you say this in English. Scheren ze allemaal over één kam, you know? Like, they're all looked at as the same thing. That's not a thing. I don't blame people who want to move out of cities. I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it, but it's getting expensive for everyone else. Prohibition. Yes, prohibition. Prohibition didn't work out. You try to ban alcohol, people want alcohol. You try to ban sex, people want sex. It's not going to happen. Really, all this will do is force everyone over to go to another service that will fill the gap that OnlyFans is currently filling, as always happens. But like the thing that I'm like kind of scared of, Governator, is that it's just going to be like, okay, all the creators from OnlyFans move on to a different site that is like OnlyFans, and then the same thing happens again the moment they get big. Like, it's like sex workers never have a safe place. That's the problem. They're getting thrown from place to place like a rag doll. Created the infrastructure to modern crime in America. Yeah, because it was a stupid idea. We talk for 2 hours, like we're kind of doing right now. US is bigger than EU. A lot. A lot. Like, I looked at one of those maps where you can, like, fit other countries in, like, Canada. And the way Canada is, like, gigantic, the way Europe fits into Canada easily, several times. I just get so frustrated of how the Canadian government just mistreats and ignores Indigenous people. It also gets brushed over. I know, but like that's the thing. It's easier to brush it over. That's the problem. Like they try to like kind of hush the people involved and then like have everything move on as if it never happened. And that's just not how it works. OnlyFans probably fear that Visa and Maestro will stop working with them. Same as they did to Pornhub that needed to remove 70% of their content and still you can't pay with their cards. Yeah, at that point, make your own payment system. That's what I'm saying. Like, make your own payment system. If so many places stop working with you at that point, make your own payment system, show people how much money they're missing out on, and then go from there. Because, like, it's a lot of money. Generalize, yeah, I guess. Like, it's like once. I feel like you have an English saying for it as well. My wish right now is to win the big lottery in the US while being citizen of my country, which is an okay thing. I checked. Nice. Flexes in the puny EU with big America energy. Well, it has its upsides and its downsides, right? Like the one thing that I noticed a lot. Oh, have a nice day one time. Thank you for dropping by. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot today. The one thing that I noticed since moving to Canada is that North American countries take their space for granted. Like a lot. Like they take it for granted entirely. Like the houses, I was walking down a normal street and they have like really big houses there for like Dutch standards. And I was looking at it and it's like in this one row that has like maybe 5 houses, in the Netherlands we would fit like 50 families. Like that easily. But they all have like a big garden and they all have like huge streets and they all have a garage and they all have that. Whereas in the European countries, that's just not the case. Which is also something that really contributed to the fact that it all feels distant. Like people feel distant, houses feel distant. Shops are like centralized in one big like shopping district. It just feels very... I get why zombie movies are generally set in North America. Because it already feels kind of desolate. And that's coming from an American or from a European, so like take that with a grain of salt. Maybe you don't feel that way. That's how I feel. Canada's huge, but so many of the population lives in like 5% of the landmass. Yeah, well, like a lot of it is cold, right? It'll be interesting too, since it's not a full ban of adult content on OnlyFans. I wonder how, by letting nudity still in the platform, will they be able to maintain to a degree, or if it's a mass exodus. I think maybe people that have the more purely pornographic content will use OnlyFans more. Like they'll keep it, but they'll use it more to also advertise their further content on a different platform. And again, I feel like they're just going back to private Snapchats again. except much of Canada is populated. There are 37 million people and most are in cities compared to 746 million in Europe. Yes, yeah, it's unpopulated, exactly. That's what I mean. That's why in Europe we are so much more careful with our space. PayPal's even worse. It's against the US to pay for any pornographic content. Y'all, this is what we need. We need a porn pay provider. That's the solution to all of this, is to get a porn pay provider. Just own it. Own it. It's funny seeing Europe described as small when it takes 40 minutes to drive the entire length of your country. I mean, yeah, like, not just Europe. I guess, like, there's other countries out, but, like, in Europe in general. Like, if you want to go across country in Canada, like, that's a few days, weeks. We went from talking to OnlyFans to sex workers to US versus EU, and then back to sex work. It's also a nuanced thing, too. The only empathy I have for Visa MasterCard forcing this decision is that they don't want to be associated with transactions involving child porn. That's fair, actually. I hadn't thought about that. That's understandable, actually. Actually, weirdly, I watched like a Japanese like short documentary thing on YouTube about how a lot of the sex workers in Japan are forced into it. No joke. Like, they pick up, like, it's literally because they are so polite. Like, they'll get picked up off the street, then they won't be told that it's about sex work. They're just like, hey, you want to go and act in this film? They take them along. They pressure them into signing a contract because they don't want to be rude, because they feel like they've already said yes and now they have to. And then they're literally forced into porn. And sometimes if they just say no, well, it's the rape thing. So, y'all, we just need safe places. Is it that hard to just respect sex workers? I don't think it is. At work yesterday, I talked to a customer who's visiting family here in Pennsylvania. They drove from Rhode Island, and just that alone was a 10-hour drive. Yeah, road trip. Road trip. North America doesn't have the obligatory 2 grocery stores smack in the middle of the living district. It's not even allowed. It's literally illegal, Fussel. In Canada, at least, I think in America as well, you are not allowed to have stores built in housing district. Like, it's the zoning thing. Things are zoned, which means that there can only be houses in one zone and nothing else, which means you have to take your car and drive to a shopping mall. You have to. I always love how you can drive from sun up to sundown in Texas and still be in Texas. Like, that place is huge. Like, I'm not surprised. They just seem to want to build bigger homes, and that kind of leads to building on floodplains and such because they need more space, and I don't get that. Like, it's so spoiled. And North America also seems to be getting bigger and bigger cars. You don't have huge cars in the Netherlands because you will not be able to drive most places, especially because we also have a lot of like low emission zones. I know people who drive from Switzerland to Italy for grocery shopping. My dad, sometimes he would just drive to France, from the Netherlands to France, to go shopping and back. Because why not? You can, so. Issue is though every site will have illegal stuff on it. Just make sure you have people who moderate it. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, moderation is key and nobody seems to be doing it. I don't know why. There must be money in that too. We have like 3 stores in 300 meters of our place. It's the one thing I miss so much of the Netherlands, because I would just walk to the store every day. Like, I would do grocery shopping every single day. I would walk 5 minutes and I walk back 5 minutes and that's it. That's what I miss. I'm still gonna try and convince Nick to move back to the Netherlands with me at one point. I will never understand the desire for huge trucks. I won't either. They're kind of obnoxious. I'm sorry. Sorry if you're a truck person. I think they're obnoxious. If there was such a thing as a porn pay provider, then it would be tied to the identity of a person and their preferences would be listed and possibly made public. That's the thing. But like, that's what we talked about before as well, Gothchi, is that we just need to get over it. As a society, as a race of humans, we need to get over the fact that porn exists. And I really genuinely don't understand how we haven't yet, because I can't put myself in the position of somebody who's scared of porn. I can't. I find it impossible. The same way I can't put myself in like the position of a serial killer. I just don't understand it. Yeah, bigger, like, Karnak, they're huge. Like, you couldn't drive them in the Netherlands because they're literally just too big. I'm glad that Europe is better with space. Yeah, I miss it. I miss it a lot. Suck Kitty ended up in an erotic video game in Kiwami too. Exactly! That sounds horrible. I complained about having to drive 5 minutes to the nearest shopping center. It is horrible. And I really hope they'll change it, because the zoning is just making neighborhoods feel sad. It's cheaper since most of the produce is local and thus doesn't have import tax. In general, produce is cheaper in Europe, in most of Europe. Cheaper than it is in Canada. And it tastes better. Why? Because you have to pluck your vegetables and your fruit a lot earlier to freeze them in to get them to the stores fresh in Canada, which makes them more expensive and less fresh. It sucks. Oh yeah, it costs money, Lotus, but like, wouldn't it be worth it though at the end? Kata and I wanted to bake and we didn't have baking powder, so I just popped to the store and was back within 5 minutes. I want that! I want it back! It's not necessary that sites aren't moderating. Well, actually a lot of them don't, but the ones that genuinely try have a tough time because of the sheer amount of content influx. That's why you have to like vet partners, right? YouTube used to vet partners, they don't anymore. Twitch used to vet partners, they don't anymore. Yes and no on the zoning? Well, yes, they can't put in the middle of a neighborhood, you can put it right next to it. Yeah, like, but like that's the zone, like outside of the zone it's fine. If it's like that in America, then fair enough, but you can't do it here, and I'm very sad. And there's a few that are grandfathered into it. Like we have one like very small grocery store that's like a fast store or something like that. And that one is still in the neighborhood because it got grandfathered in before the zoning, so. Pumpkin! Hi, welcome back. Thanks so much for the resub. How are you doing? We're having a talk day today, I'm sorry. When you live rural, deal with animals, and need to carry large items around a lot, then it makes sense, yes. But a lot of the people that do, they don't have any animals. They don't even live outward. They live in like a gentrified neighborhood. Crypto would be a solution if crypto is not such a mess. Yes. And unfortunately it is, but yeah, I can see that. AI can only do so much. And not nearly enough, given my YouTube algorithm. Big trucks are okay if you're actually using it as intended. Yeah, like if you're a farmer or whatever, like if you're actually using it, if you're making use of the bigness of the truck. But if you're just like some dude in a gentrified neighborhood, no. I don't think so. Then they're not supposed to be big. I got a few F-150s and boy, those bastards are huge. Understandable. Yeah, I think they just need to build, more like us. Like, I honestly feel like that way. It's gonna start biting people in the ass. I feel like it's also a cost benefit, like a level of moderation required to keep it on your site and how much it costs versus how much you expect to earn off it. Well, that's fair, but that just means people need to get paid well. And that's on us. Like, as the people who consume it, that's on us. Good night, guys. Sleep well. I'm sorry, you're probably already in bed. I'm sorry. Zoning really depends city to city. I would like them to ban it entirely. Ban it? Lurking and listening. Oh, fair enough. I'll end with the Yakuza. I want to finish this quest. I'm not going to leave you all in suspense on that one. I'm sorry. After having to deal with so much terrible imagery. Yeah, that's something people like take for granted a lot, Karnork. Like if you do moderate and people upload really, really, really bad things, that's a good thing about algorithms, that they can already yeet that off the site immediately. As a person who lives in Texas, I see both trucks that make sense and trucks that are purely status symbol gas guzzlers. Yes. And those are the worst ones. I can only fathom the people who really hate porn, like hate, not for them, or really religious people who think sex is only for procreation, so any other type is sinful. Yeah, that mindset is, oh my god, there is a billboard near our place. There is, like, in the middle of a farmland, there is a gigantic billboard with a crying child on it. Porn is violent. That's all it said. Porn is violent. With the crying child next to it. Like the crying child has just watched porn. And it begets violence upon them. Like, every time I see it, I just can't help but laugh. It's hilarious. I can't believe it's there. Discussion in regard to the origin of puritanical loathing of unchaste thinking delves into the realm of the evangelist porn addiction trope. Everything can be an addiction. Absolutely everything. Let's be honest. Not just porn. Each time we talk about Europe, the more I want to move there, I want to move back. Problem with the whole sex for procreation is the people who say that are often hypocrites. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stop trying to deny yourselves. Think sex is bad, okay? Basically. Sounds like something you'd see in a country here, and you did here. As a neurodivergent married to neurodivergent ace, thank you for this. You're very welcome. Ace. I'm kind of happy that my sexuality is called ace, just because I think it's a really cool word. I'm sorry. Porn is self-love. If it's violent, maybe you should just stop watching. I know these types of billboards. I knew a guy who owned a billboard and leased it to one of these schmucks. It's been there for years, because I've seen it since the first time I ever came to Canada. One problem with creating a good international pay-for-porn system is that it doesn't matter if the whole country consumes porn, no politician will ever carry the porn flag. Legalizing it in different countries would probably be impossible. Systems like that are probably doomed to fail from the beginning, and no one wants that risk. That's the problem. That's the problem we're trying to tackle, though. Like, and I feel like it is, like, the needle is moving with every generation. And I feel like that's largely, and I'm so sorry for everyone who is religious in this chat, but it is largely religion-based, where people are like, no, you can't have sex. You can't have sex before marriage. It's only for procreation. Like, that needs to stop. It needs to stop. Because that is such a harmful thing to try and teach people. Like, that's not what sex is about. Especially when, you know, the man in most of those religions can just go off and do whatever they want. And it's all up to the woman. And doing porn isn't just from religious evangelicals. There's also the types of people that think it's a waste of time and you should go improve your life instead of watching it. Yeah, but like, if that's the thing, if you think it's a waste of time, then fair enough. Like, don't watch porn. But then don't tell other people not to. Like, it's on them. Let them do whatever they want. Exactly, Karnark. Yeah, everyone has their kink. I don't judge. Denmark was the first country to legalize porn. Maybe we can be the first to make that step too. Why not, right? Honestly, all the Scandinavian countries are generally doing better in, like, being good people. It needs to stop. Sex is fun. Like, you do what you want to do. Like, it's not for me, but, like, listen. Imagine if, like, the moment I found out I was ace, I started a crusade to tell other people to stop having sex as well. Like, imagine just because I don't like it, just because it's not for me. The audacity of this bitch, if I would do that, like, it's the same thing. You don't get to tell people what they do with their bodies. There's being religious, which is fine, and then there's being religious, which is just, I want to tell people they're wrong, and I'm some great paragon of virtue and such. Yeah, and that's the thing that always bothers me as well, because, like a lot of people use, like, the flag of Christianity to tell people not to do X, Y, and Z, whereas, like, first of all, a lot of them haven't read the Bible. I had levensbeschouwing in the Netherlands, which is like a lot of God studies, basically. But, like, a lot of the things that they preach, they are not in the Bible. And, like, the main thing that religions, like, actually focus on, if you bring it down to the center, is be good to your neighbors. Be a good person. Don't murder. Don't steal. Like, these basics. And then you look at all the people that are abusing basically the standard of religion as such, and they have mega churches where they take thousands of dollars in donations every day because they say, oh, if you come to my church, then God will love you. And that is not how it works. Like, it's so transparent. I hate it. I remember in Jane the Virgin, because of the religious grandmother made Jane scared to ever have sex. Yeah, and that's a theme in a lot of movies. Like, just the fear of sex in general, right? Not even having it, but just of even it existing. Oh yeah, of course you have your issues, Karnak, but still, like, there's hope. Jesus befriended prostitutes. Mary Magdalene, super popular sex worker, friend of Jesus. Exactly! Like, Jesus' whole thing is that he doesn't judge. Is that he forgives and accepts, and, like, that's his whole thing. And then People will go around saying that actually God hates you if you don't do exactly what I say. Like, what? Excuse me? That weird prosperity gospel stuff. Yeah, there's like different branches of things left, right, and center. Like, just be good to one another, y'all. Like, just love one another. Is it that hard to not be a total dick? Is it that hard? Please. As long as it's consenting adults, yes. As long as everyone is happy in the things that are happening and going on, let them do whatever they want to do. I have a friend who thought she's asexual, and after getting a toy, she doesn't think that anymore. Not saying that. Here's the thing, Vargas, and that's something that people don't really realize. Asexuality is a spectrum. Just because you like using a sex toy does not mean you want to have sex with a person. That's one. It does not mean that you don't want to masturbate. It does not mean you want to enjoy porn. There's variations on what it means to be an asexual. There are people that also, some people are sex averse. Asexuality isn't just one thing. It isn't just like, well, if that's what that person is and I'm not that means I'm not included. That's not how it works. Like, for me, I don't want to have sex. It's that simple. It's not my thing. It was always a thing that was just kind of, I thought this was how it was supposed to be, so I did it. And like, I'm not saying that I never had fun, but it was always just like, okay, let's get it over with, because I guess it's part of how life is supposed to go. But it's not there for me. I always thought, oh, maybe I just have a really low libido, or maybe I just haven't found the right porn, or maybe I just haven't found the right part. It was none of those things. It's just that I didn't care for it. That's it. And maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's different for your friends. We all have our boundaries. Figure out where you're comfortable. And you also don't have to give yourself a label. That's something that I tell people a lot, is you don't have to say, I'm an asexual. You don't have to say that. Just figure out what your feelings are about certain things, and then communicate that with your partner. Tell them, hey, this is my line. Don't cross that. Everything else is fine. Be open. Communication is very much key. And that's the end of it. And if you don't want to give yourself a label, don't give yourself a label. Just only communicate it with your partner. Jesus was a cool hippie dude. Yes, exactly. I always wonder myself, is it that difficult to be good to each other? Apparently. Just like, be a Bill and Ted. Just be excellent to each other. Please. Yeah, asexuality doesn't mean like not liking sex. Exactly. Everything sex and gender is a spectrum. Exactly. But now she's really active? No, good for her. But like, I mean, like, what were you saying, like, if she, if you enjoy using a toy, then you're not asexual anymore? But like, that's not a thing. So don't, because I don't want people to come and maybe be doubting about themselves or trying to figure things out for themselves and to be like, oh no, it's me. I just need to have a toy. Maybe I'm asexual after all. Like, figure that out, let's say. Like, again, you don't also have to know it right now. I didn't figure out I was bisexual until much later in life. I didn't figure out I was asexual until much later in life. And the way I found out is hearing other people talk about it and kind of like realizing mostly what it entailed and thinking, maybe I'm not weird. Maybe I'm not strange. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe this is just kind of what I'm like. Which is why I like to talk about it on stream as well, because I want people to feel comfortable, and I want people who maybe haven't even considered the possibility to at least be allowed to explore these possibilities for themselves. To know that it's okay, and that maybe you did think that asexuality was you hating sex or not liking sex, and maybe me having said this now means that oh, I'm just on the asexual spectrum. I like some things, maybe a little bit, maybe I just like this part or like that part, and like, that's okay. You're okay. You're perfectly normal. Everything sex and gender can and does change over time. Exactly. It's extremely fluid. Like, maybe one day you'll be like, oh, well, maybe your hormones change and something changes about your body and then you're suddenly that again. Like, that's fine too. I'm from Brazil, theoretically a laic state, and the lobbying power from the evangelical group is gigantic. Politicians win and lose elections because of them. We don't even have laws for prostitution yet. That's ridiculous. Like, Poland has the same problems. It's so difficult to talk about for people. About Scandinavian people being good, we have indigenous people too, Sami people, who also were and still are treated basically the same as North. I did not even know that, Wakupi. I never even heard of them. I guess that shows how much people talk about it. Something I heard about labels is labels should feel like a home, not a cage. Exactly. You're right. I just didn't find the right point. Like, that's what I was thinking. That's what because the standard for people is that sex is good, right? Like, you're born, people talk about sex, like, oh, this is amazing, you should have sex. So that's the standard, you know, just like being straight and cis is the standard. And then you try to figure things out from there. Long story short, Patient came out as gay as an adult. His father was kind of homophobic, but started to change and wanted to mend bridges. But one of the ways he tried this was interesting in a funny way. Finding him porn. The best metaphor I remember hearing for the spectrum of asexuality was about liking donuts. You may only like one type, or not like them at all, or a whole range for it. Yes. Again. Sprinkled donuts, yay. My wife describes masturbation as scratching an itch. Sex never was a thing though. It's literally exactly the same for me. It's like, oh, that's annoying. Wow, I feel extremely seen by your wife right now. He thought, how can I show my son I accept him? I know, I'll get him a shit ton of gay porn magazines and VHS as a birthday present. Oh, these days, you would just give him a really nice gay OnlyFans account. Subscription? Also be prepared that for some, you'll never be asexual enough. This is something that you will find in the LGBTQ plus community a lot, which is really, it's been eye-opening and saddening at the same time, that in the LGBTQ plus community, you're very quickly, in general, not LGBTQ plus enough. Like, I get a lot of biphobia, where it's like, oh, well, you're married to a man, so you're actually just straight, and you just thought you were bisexual, and it's like, no? That's, no? Like, and then if you marry a woman instead, then your bisexuality will still get erased, because, oh, you were actually just gay. Like, you were just a lesbian. You're not really bisexual. And it's really aggravating. And with asexuality, again, you get all the comments where it's like, oh, but you like masturbation, so then you're not really asexual, or oh, you like this, so you're not really asexual. Like, those kinds of comments, they're very grating, they're very sad, and it makes it so that you might not feel at home in the LGBTQ plus community ever. Which is why I'm here to tell you that you're always welcome here. I don't give a shit who you fuck. Do whatever you want, as long as you be excellent to one another. That's my line. Be excellent to one another. And beyond that, I don't care what you do. I really don't. Yeah, Poland is extremely religious. Like, I saw a map for, like, the amount of churches in Poland. Like, I feel bad for the Poland thing. I know people from there that are amazing and they hate the way it's going. Yeah, and, like, it's also why I do respect City Project a lot for the way that they are just so openly pro-LGBTQ+. In Poland, that's kind of a big deal. An assorted box of Choco. Hi, Skull! I'm sorry, we're doing a lot of talking. I'm so sorry. Lots of gatekeeping, yes. The father would pay for a year's subscription to Grindr. To find the true love. For a place that doesn't want to be judged, they judge quite a lot. Yeah, it makes labels cages. There's also plenty of holes in the LGBTQ community beyond the gatekeeping. Yeah. Like, I saw recently there was like this this announcement that there was a drag queen announced, but she was cis. That it was a woman. It was a woman doing drag, and everyone's so mad about it because, like, oh no, it's only for gay men, and it's like, how are you gonna gatekeep this hard? Like, it kind of makes me feel like a lot of them really don't realize that they're doing what people used to do to us, in general, and it's painful. It's painful to watch us, I guess, tear each other apart like that, which is why the phrase should always be excellent to one another. What a wonderful way to spend my Friday afternoon. I'm sorry, Fran. Who you do in your bed is like one of the most uninteresting parts of your life. Exactly. Like, unless I'm also in that bed. Michelle Visage is a drag queen. There are so many cis women who are amazing drag queens. Drag is for everyone. You want to be a drag queen? Be a drag queen. Like, sis, go off. Seriously, do your thing. I meant that. It's the internet. I assume everyone's sarcastic, friend. Poland's current thing is also sad since Poland was at many times compared to, especially the rest of Europe, a bastion of liberty for minority groups like Jews. Sadly, last couple centuries has destroyed that. I'm sorry to hear that, DC. But yeah, it's okay. Come hang out in my stream. I logged into PC from an after-exercise nap, and Discord was telling me you were streaming talking about OnlyFans. Yes, I'm sorry. We went from like talking to OnlyFans to talking about sex work in general to America versus Europe, or like the North Americans versus Europe, back to sex work, and then LGBTQ+, and now sex work again, I guess. Since you're here, you want to restart? I will cross-dress and start car racing and be known as a drag queen. I smell a niche? I smell a niche? Okay. I'm sorry. I should finish this poor Yakuza, dude. We're gonna finish it in just chatting. Sorry. Calm down, McQueen. Best kind of talk is the one that goes back and forth. Vernon Roach.
Special Forces Commander for the last 4 years. Servant of the Temerian King. Responsible for the pacification of the Mahakaman foothills. Hunter of elves. Murderer of women and children. Twice decorated for valor on the field of battle.
Yorvith, a regular son of a whore.
Anyway, hi Jeff. Welcome back. Happy 4 years. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the race up. We're gonna okay. We're returning to Yakuza right now. I'm finishing this game, and then we're gonna turn off the stream. I'm so sorry. What are you doing? Oh, you're the guy who helped me in Kamurocho. I'm so sorry. Did you seriously come all the way to Okinawa just to throw the stuff in your backpack into this river? Wait, what are you talking about, Kiryu-san? What's he going to throw away? This was the impetus of us starting this talk, because this guy's dad threw all his manga in the river because he wanted him to continue his dream as a doctor. That's it. That's how we started talking after that, because like I was talking about like how you should discuss money and salaries and whatever, and then OnlyFans came into the mix, and at that point we just switched. What can you do? Hirano's backpack is packed full of copies of Shonen 5. What? Is that true, Hirano-san? You know, no matter how many times you throw your manga into this river, you won't be able to get over your pain and regret. This is such a strange conversation to come back to after this. Is there even such a thing as male-only clothing? No, there isn't. High heels and dresses started out as male clothing, and then we just decided that they couldn't anymore. Wear whatever you want. That's how we derailed, yes. How do you know about it? I heard it from your old man. Shit, what the hell is happening here? Hirano-san, you bought all those Shonen 5s just to throw them away? Why? He's giving up on his dream. He's giving up on his dream of being a manga artist. Huh? Hirano should have been over the moon to win that award. Instead, he only felt conflicted. He thought he had to become a doctor to fulfill his family's expectations of him, and tried to suppress his desire to go pro with his manga. A terrible idea, just sell them. If you're gonna be a jerk parent, at least sell them. That's what I said, DC. Just sell your manga, you weirdo. Isn't that right, Hirano? So, to get rid of the conflict he was feeling, he bought as many issues of Shonen 5 as he could, and tried to absolve himself of his self-perceived sin by throwing them away. Is this just like a stand-in for porn magazines? Because it's starting to feel like one anyway. You thought it was a sin? Throwing away something you love so dearly is something Hirano considered to be a sin. Because of this sin of his, he felt he had to force himself to give up on his dream. You're right. It's just as you said. Kiryu-san, it's a sin. I don't have the right to draw manga. But why would drawing manga be a sin? I don't want to give up on my manga, but I have to. If I'm going to become a doctor in the future. Hirano-san. You don't need to give up on your dream. I am here. Go plus ultra. Tsutomu. You don't need to throw your dream away. Dad? Dad? I'm so sorry, Tsutomu. I had no idea you were pushing yourself so hard. You were lying to people about being from a family of doctors. Wait, I don't have to give up on my dream? What do you mean, Dad? You should become a professional manga artist. Dad, but Why? Tsutomu, do you know why I made you get rid of all those manga? All those years ago? You wanted me to focus on studying, right? That was part of it. But to tell you the truth, I was afraid you'd make the same mistakes that I did. He wanted to be one. I knew it. And here he thought we were going to stop talking about porn. Absolutely not. What? The reason I bought you so much manga when you were young is because I love manga more than anyone. Wait, you do? I always wanted to be a manga artist, but I never had the talent to go pro. I submitted my work to dozens of manga contests, but I never won a single award. Hell, the Shonen 5 contest was so out of my league I never even considered it an option. Dad. Despite that, I kept drawing my manga to the point of shirking my studies to become a doctor. In the end, I couldn't fulfill either goal. That's how I ended up inheriting the family pharmacy. Ah, for shame. I didn't want the same thing happening to you. Wait, so you mean you've got what it takes to be a professional manga artist? As someone who once dreamed of becoming just that, I noticed how wasteful it would be to throw it all away. Wait, so you'll support Tsutomu-san's efforts to become a manga artist? Of course I will. If Tsutomu wants to be a manga artist, then it's my duty as his father to believe in him and give him all the support he needs. You're an editor for Shonen 5, right? I trust you will help my son down the path he's chosen. Of course, I'll do my best. This is fantastic, Hirano-san. Now nothing's stopping you from making the manga you love. Let's get right to business and start talking about your new series. I'm sure it'll be your greatest work yet. And he's going to be like, actually, no. I want to be a doctor again. Dad, thank you so much. You've chosen this path. Now give it your all, Tsutomu. I will. I swear I will. I'll make my debut as an artist in Shonen 5. You already did. And Dad's going to micromanage his manga. Thank you so much, Kiryu-san. You've done so much for my son and our family. Don't mention it. Here, have my magazines. All of them? The manga I created is in this issue. Please read it. Show it to everyone you know. Received a stack of 50 issues of Shonen 5. I'm taking the whole backpack and I'm shoving it in my pocket somehow. Like frog moths. Speaking about those things and hostess as an ace, it's what I do. To be fair, like, honestly, stream has been good for me in like so many ways because the person who made me realize that I'm ace is Mo. And the person actually, like, on someone I found through streaming, Christine Keys, who I'm going to host after this, is the person who made me first make that first step to thinking I was demisexual. So what I'm saying is, streaming is good for everyone. Thanks, I will. Good luck with your career. I hear being a manga artist is pretty tough. Give it your all, both for yourself and that dad of yours. Oh, thanks for the XP, dude. Well, that was a good, wholesome ending to my stream. Or just find a Mo if you're shy. Yes. Mo is like the person who's like, hey, do you want to talk about your sexuality to everybody? But like, in a nice way. Funny thing I just did, I wanted to search Batman the Long Halloween, but because I'm lazy, I just typed Batman the Long. And you got Long Cat? Can you fix my Wi-Fi so I can stream? I'm sorry, I don't think I can do that. But I can talk to you while on stream, if that helps. Anyway, yes. That is it for today. I'm so sorry. We were going to play like a bunch of Yakuza 3, and then we didn't because we had to talk about sex. Sorry, not sorry. I'm the one who provides Skeletor effects. We have a specialist for everyone. So I am going to host Christine. Christine is a lovely, lovely individual, and it is her birthday. So if you could go and tell her that she's amazing, because she is. She's such a sweet bean. And I'm going to go and wish her a happy birthday myself, because I want to. She's playing Dead by Daylight. It's fun, trust me. Aw, Tay, thank you. I'm going to talk to Mo and come out. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a Mo. And then I showed up, exactly. All right, I hope this sex education lesson was helpful today for everybody involved. 69 viewers are ready to raid Christine. Nobody leave, nobody join. That's it. That's all we need. I will see you on Monday for more MMO shenanigans with Final Fantasy XIV. Have a lovely rest of your day, everybody. Morning, evening, afternoon. Whatever it is you're having, I hope it is fantastic. And until next time, bye fail. And how dare you, 70?